Hey guys, Gogsy here, and welcome to Pass the Mic, the European edition. Today is the draws for the Champions League second qualifying round and the Europa League first qualifying round, and then later on we've got the BetFred Cup draw as well. So we're going to be covering all of that here on the Gogsy 99 channel. There's nowhere else you can get it fan-wise, to my knowledge. And we've got our first viewer in already. Just feel free to leave a comment, say what team you support, and say how much you are buzzing for the Europa League or Champions League or whatever European football is back. In terms of Motherwell, we've been away from it for so long, and I'm just so happy to be here. Rudy, your turn.
Sorry, I was putting a picture of this on my Instagram story. It's very nice to be back among those contending, and whilst we're definitely not going to go that far realistically, it's nice just to see what else is out there, I guess. Obviously we've got 5 teams we could come up against, and Breidablik, who we've played before, Torshavn we've played before, Barrytown, Glentoran of Northern Ireland, and
NSI Runavik.
Thank you. I was like, there's one that I can't mind, but it's as much as we know pretty much who we're playing, roughly. My camera's for some reason my camera's just decided to have a flaky. Right.
Oh, I'll carry from here.
Right.
So you know my encyclopedic knowledge of European football. I've already gone and done an Instagram video. If you want to go check that out before the draws made. This is me reviewing all the European teams that Motherwell could be playing. Rudy, are you there? Are you with us, Rudy?
I'm still here audio wise. My camera's just decided to have a wee flaky, so I might leave the studio and come back in. Right, I'll be back in a sec.
And he's gone for the time being, so it's just me carrying. Fantastic. So right now we are going to be obviously reacting to whoever Celtic get, because we are supporting every Scottish team in Europe, because that is basically what I'm all about. And I mean, the further Scottish clubs get in Europe, the better, because then we get a higher coefficient ranking, and the higher we get, the more teams we'll get to play in Europe. Because I remember at one stage a few years ago, we had 6 teams competing, and Falkirk got beat by Vaduz, and that was not very good. So the Champions League draw is now. It's happening now. They're just going through the random stuff that they usually go through before it's actually made. So it's like talking about like the competition and who's competing. And then we're going to have the Europa League draw at 12, and then the BetFred Cup draw at 1. So it's a very long stream here today. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be good, and it should be fun. Now we've got the team
into 2 groups, each of which 3 teams, all pairings are seeded, and 3 teams, all pairings are unseeded, and 1 group.
So the way they've done it is they've split every team into a sort of region because of the COVID, and it means that.
Oh, it was working. What's happening now?
What is
it was
going on?
It was 5 seconds ago. Right.
Incoming.
Let's see if this works.
What the hell have you done?
Honestly, I have no idea. Right, I've loaded up the software that goes with it. See if that does anything. Hey, there we go. I'm back.
Hey, he's back. Can you see me now?
Aye.
Rangers will find out, hopefully with the rest of us, on the 31st of August in the next round. That is when Rangers come in, because they finished highest for the Europa League spots. So they will be playing, or they find out their draw on the 31st of August. For those asking about Rangers. Whereas Motherwell and Aberdeen find out at 12, and Celtic find out in about 10 minutes. So,
Not even.
So, winner of match 1, Celtic versus KR Reykjavik, will be playing either of
That's just
Floriana of Malta against CFR Cluj of Romania, or Ferencvaros or Slovan Bratislava. I'm pretty sure. I think it was that.
right. It's funny seeing like 3 balls in each of the pots instead of, like 20 at a time.
Something about a cup draw that just mesmerises me.
Aye. Because you just always want to be involved, don't you?
Yeah.
Oh, my flag's
So winner of match 2,
which is Fiorentina Cluj. Or
Floriana,
Floriana, thank you.
Maltese champions.
Maltese are champions. We'll play Dynamo.
I think. I don't know. I'm confused because I think I missed a wee bit because we were talking for a sec.
Aye.
We'll be better at this for the Europa League draw.
Pairing number 2
Let's put it here.
1.
So this will be winner of match 1.
Be
Assuming.
organised and staged by the following team.
The draw is on the UEFA.com
Young boys.
website. Yeah, I actually think Celtic have just been drawn against CFR Cluj again.
I was winner of match 2, and then Dynamo, was it no?
No, I'm just confused. It's been that long.
Yeah, so it's young boys playing the winner of match 4. Tottenham are in the Europa League, so they'll be later.
Yeah. I'm confused. Wait, what's happening?
So that's Celtic or Reykjavik. Aye, so Celtic have got a home tie next round if they get through this time. Playing winner of match 3.
Match 3. So they'll be welcoming either Ferencvaros or Djurgårdens F.
Oh, so should Celtic go through, they play either Ferencvaros of Hungary or Djurgårdens of Sweden, I think.
Aye.
Didn't I ask about Besiktas, mate? I don't know. You're expecting me to provide the world at this point. Oh God. I'm not very good at this. I was expecting to be a lot better.
Jeez, oh.
But what do you mean another home tie against a no-mark team? KR Reykjavik won the Icelandic Premier League, who are no mugs, and Ferencvaros are a good side. They got really far. They got to the group stages in the Europa League last year, and Djurgårdens of Sweden, they are a good side as well. So I wouldn't write off any team in Europe because, especially with a one-legged affair this year, it's going to be really difficult because teams are going to sit in and wait for their opportunity, and it's not exactly going to be 4 or 5-0 to Celtic necessarily.
Aye. It's one of those things as well that a lot of the time, like you say, when it's one-legged ties, you can only play who's in front of you. So if you didn't get the ball in the back of the net, then you're not going to win football games, you know? So it's. I mean, that's kind of yeah.
They got Ferencváros in the second qualifying round, or Djurgårdens.
Yeah. It's one of those things as well. Like, where was I going with that? There was a point to this story. Like, I'm almost more fearful of
the unknown.
It's the fact that, like, historically, Motherwell have never played well in the first tie of pretty much any European game. Like, we lost 1-0 to Llanelli and then 1-0 to Flamertari, who we both then beat heavily in the second leg, you know? It's like we went to Albania, get beat 1-0 by them, then came back to Motherwell.
In Albania as well.
Aye. So I'm almost more frightened's the wrong word, but sceptical of the fact that it's a one-leg affair because, well, there's a lot more chance of us not getting through if it's just one leg and we don't come out fighting. And having seen what I've seen so far this season, it still seems we have to find our feet.
Can I just say, I would just be careful for what you wish for. I mean, yes, you may have beaten them 9-0 6 years ago, but that's 6 years ago. Football has changed since then. There are no mugs anymore.
Aye.
I would like to just get that out clear because Motherwell have been on the wrong end of a European shock before, and it's not very good when it happens, and we always get slated because we're like, oh, you're fucking shite, etc., etc. But
to be fair, we get that anyway, regardless of who we play.
Yeah, I know.
We could come up against Celtic and still get told we're shite, even though they've got 10 times the budget we do.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we played a team from Finland called Maipa in the 90s, and Alex McLeish was manager. I think we won 2-0 away, and we lost 3-1 at home and got pumped out in away goals. And Alex McLeish's excuse was, I didn't expect them to be that good. That is the ignorance of Scottish football that we've got to watch out for.
The thing is, as well, though, you say that by the other hand, as well, we went to Dortmund in '94 and absolutely played them off the park, but never got anything for it. So it's one of those things as well that you get through a game. If you put the ball in the back of the net, you'll win. I mean, obviously, that's how football works, but regardless of how well you play, if you're not willing to do anything to win a game, even if that's, hitting half the referee's backside to put it in the back of the net, then, well, it's like you say, Sean, it's one bad mistake can lose you a football game. That's genuinely what lost us the game on Saturday against Dundee United was a bad defensive error. Mark Reynolds has got the ball at the back post and it's an easy tap in. It's football's only 90 minutes, especially now when it's one-legged ties.
At what point were we saying Motherwell got beat 10-0 in aggregate? That's never happened. Yes, it's just the first qualifying round for Europa today. Rangers find out on the 31st who they'll be getting in the second qualifying round. I've got that down on paper here. It is a fact. You can actually search up on the Wikipedia pages of the Europa League 2021 that of the dates for the draws and that. So
we can't play them, can we?
No.
Or can we because they're seeded?
Not play a team within your own coefficient until the second knockout round. That is a fact. So welcome to Team Kobe. Kobe's ready for the Europa League draw in 45 minutes.
Officially out the new scratcher, and I somehow got ready for this. So,
how long ago did you get up, Kobe?
Oh, about a solid 10 minutes ago, 8 minutes. Just went through breakfast. Got ready.
I love it.
I'm raw. This is raw from. I'm such a mess. Like my whole unit thing's just a mess. Looking for everything. I knocked over my tea with my eyes. It was very chaotic. It was. I know I still need to get it.
Yeah. How long are we staying until he drops his phone? I'm giving it 5 minutes.
question.
Usually it's because I don't have my headphones on today, so I don't think I will. I might actually.
Everyone in the
I
chat,
might
who
now.
Kobe drops his headphones.
Yeah.
Or
I might now. I might because I'm getting my thing out if I can open
it. Celtic have already got drawn. If they beat Reykjavik, they'll have a home tie against Gogsy. Fill in the names because I'm terrible at them.
Ferenc Varoshi or Djurgården of Sweden?
I was gonna come prepared with all the Startman Dave-esque type things about each team and all that, but I woke up too late. It's not.
Aye.
I should have probably done it last night, but you know.
I got up at 10:30. Like
Mhm.
I'd staggered my alarms because my mum woke me up at 7 for some bizarre reason, and I was like, "Nah, I'm going back to bed." And then I got up about 9, and then I fell back asleep and set my alarm for 9:30. Fell back asleep. It was just one of those sort of mornings.
Aye.
Because I knew today was going to be a long day.
I got the new bed as an early
Excuse me.
birthday thing because I'm not sleeping on the.
It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
Aye.
But
Thing is, as well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was up at the back 8 this morning.
Really?
Aye. We because my sister's coming over today, and she lands at like the back of 12. So it's she's coming home to socially distance and quarantine and everything else. Before I get absolutely roasted in the chat. But she's flying over today, and we're like, all right, we're up and early, we're up and at 'em, so my mum can track exactly where she is in the air. Like, she's one of those people that she has to know exactly where everyone is at every point in time. I love her for it, but she's just.
I'd like to respond to Andy F here. Yes, Malmo are in the same league as Djurgårdens. Djurgårdens, of course, are the Swedish champions. So, of course, I think the easier tie would be the Hungarians, but it's again one mistake could lead to get knocked out over a one-legged affair. So that is the unfortunate thing about there only being one game round at the moment until the playoffs, because
there's no room forever.
Knocked out in Europe.
Yeah. Well, like too often, I can't really speak for you, but with Aberdeen, we usually perform more at Pittodrie, and now there's no room for error, so we can't really come off of maybe playing a bit rough or then going to Pittodrie and getting the job done. We just got to do it, get it over and done with, move on. So, no, I think Aberdeen's style kind of suits European teams because they're more attacking. Some of them are anyway. And the fact that we just sit back, it frustrates them, then we can lump it up and go score. I think we won 5-0 or 5-1 or something the last time. And then we got pumped by Rijeka, so let's not mention that. I don't actually know who I want. I'm not going to come on and pretend I know everything about Barry Town and all that. So, yeah, I'm not sure who I'm wanting.
For those asking about Besiktas are about to be drawn here. They are seeded in the league path because there's two sides to the Europa League and the Champions League. There's a Champions path and the league path. AZ Alkmaar have just been drawn and they'll be going up to.
I can't find it.
They'll be playing Victoria Pilsen. I have no idea how you say that.
The
Czech Republic.
We pronounce it. Yeah, I'll give you that.
We are seeded for the first round, aren't we? But then after that, if we're lucky enough to get through this tie, we become unseeded, which means we may get played up, depending on. Oh?
I've been told that that because of Rangers and Celtic progress 2 seasons ago in the Europa, we might be seeded for the next round.
Oh.
Yeah.
In which case, we've only been going up against Spurs yet.
But I'm not 100% sure, so don't take what I say for gospel.
Well, we moved up. I know we moved up the UEFA rankings and all that, so it could be possible. I'm not sure. What channel is
because we've got 2 Champions League places from next term, don't we?
Yeah. Well, they both got to the knockout. So what? I don't even know.
Besiktas have just been drawn away to someone else. I didn't really I wasn't really paying attention. I do apologise. I just saw them.
What channel's the draw? Because I cannot find it on BT.
UEFA.com, mate.
It's on UEFA.com. Aye. Okay, I'm gonna go back and see who Besiktas got.
Because you can rewind the live stream.
Oh, so I need to find some browser thing on this.
See if there wasn't any virus, I would have been at this draw 100%. I would have tried my arm and my leg to actually go to Neon and be a Motherwell representative for this draw.
Oh, there we go.
I would have loved that.
Lokomotiv Zagreb, playing Rapid Vienna or Rapid Vienna.
Yeah,
I think the best I can get right now is Firefox, so it's gonna have to do.
I'll send you the link, Kobe.
Can you?
Yeah, I'll get it sent to you.
Cheers. I'll try find on here because it would just be easier not having to.
Can't get it on Amazon Fire Stick. It's on the internet.
Yeah,
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to search for it on the internet.
Aye, Besiktas are away to PAOK FC in Greece for the boys that were asking. PAOK.
Yeah.
There's that many teams that have like capitals, and you don't know if it's actually capitals or if it's like that's just what they're called.
So many teams with the same
like
sound.
LASK Linz, for example. You could probably just say that's Lask Linz.
Yeah, no. Oh, I found it. I've got it here. All right.
Oh, you've got it. Fantastic.
I think something. UEFA is the Champions League one right now. Huh?
Yeah, it's just finished.
All right.
Aye. So you came at just the right time, Kobe.
Yeah. I'll come out with that.
I'll do my duty and put on all the Motherwell forums on Facebook and Twitter. Right, this is where you can find the draw.
Yeah. And then put our link.
No, just say this is where you can find the draw. Gogsy99 YouTube channel. We'll tell you what happens. Oh shit!
I don't even tell me when the draw is live because I've got no clue how to navigate to my way around this thing.
Aye, Celtic have been drawn. If they get through their tie with Reykjavik, they'll have a home tie. So, not that it pretty much matters because we'll probably still not be able to go to it anyway. But I say we, like I've got absolutely no interest in going to a Celtic game.
Aye. Quarterfinals. Here, I'm waiting for. I'm good. I'm just gonna wait for this to go live and refresh. Man, I've had to.
There we go.
Yeah, I think I've definitely found it best in Champions League. Watch the same qualifying round draw. All right, so I've done that part. But
so is that us? Are we done until 12 o'clock?
I don't know. I don't know who I want. That's what I'm saying. I can't even fill it.
I don't know, Jeff.
I don't know. Man. I don't even know any of the teams. Like, I'm just gonna hop back. I might hop back in the scratcher for half an hour.
Scratcher. Is that what you call your bed?
No. No.
As for Aberdeen games on Wednesday, I don't know anything about that. Kobe, could you explain that?
Right now it's on, but they're reviewing it near the time. I don't understand why this Hamilton and Celtic game isn't on. No, isn't off because the reasoning being for the St Johnstone game being off was it would have been they didn't want it spread into Perth and all that. But then they're gonna have Hamilton staying here who can't get a pre-match meal because the hotel's shut that they go to. They're gonna come up here to Aberdeen and then probably maybe take it back with them, and then we're going away to Celtic. So it's the same thing, but I think they will be off. Maybe the Celtic game might be on, but then the Celtic game we might get a fine as well, or probably a punishment saying you can't play any of your first team 11, play your Cooks or something. But that's just the SFA. So I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, I can't. It felt weird not like seeing everyone else's results coming in, and then we're not playing. We got coronavirus and everything. I think the Aberdeen lockdown's been reviewed soon because we weren't like it was good because my birthday, which is tomorrow, just pointing that one out, wasn't going to be in lockdown. It wasn't going to be in lockdown, but now it is. It's like I'm fuming, because now I can't even. I don't even know what I can. I don't think I can do much, to be honest. So, yeah. Well, now I'm in lockdown. So. Oh, the Europa League anthem! I had it ringing last night in my ears.
Aye.
Hey, I was playing it.
Banger.
There
Jen,
you
think
go.
if we
I'll
did-
put it on the screen now. Who's asking?
All right. You should have had the little thing going on down at the bottom for all the draws.
That requires far too much.
True. Aye, all the names. All the
As soon as
HNR
we
names.
completed one, we'd be on to the next one. So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any point.
Aye.
But what we will do is have a ticker of the seeded and unseeded for our draw, because that's the one that matters.
Yeah.
Oh, shite, man. On the Europa League website, you can't select Motherwell as your favourite club. You've only got Aberdeen, Rangers and Celtic from Scotland.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
What is this? And Kilmarnock!
They're not even in the
It's not properly updated yet from last season.
One day.
One
I
day.
could be the Hibernians as well.
Back in the do you reckon
Malta.
the boy that does.
Aye, the Maltese ones.
But what do you see when you go into the UEFA.com website? What do you just go to click the UEFA Europa League tab or scroll down so it
Aye.
comes up or something?
It'll
Probably
come
Europa
up
League tab.
when they've got the live feed. It'll come up saying.
Alright, I could probably show you because I don't presume this is copyrighted. I don't know how to swap my screen on. It's just when I go on, it's got the massive featured UCL live. It just says what second qualification round, but that's the Champions League one. So
Thing is, as well though, it's like it keeps coming up for me that there's an error occurred displaying this video, so I'm assuming they're off again.
maybe
They're off air right now
Aye.
because what the posh guys usually do is they all go to the Champions League draw and then they go away for half an hour, have a cup of tea, talk football, talk different languages, etc. And then they'll come back for the Europa League draw.
Down 6 pints of vodka.
I'm not saying this round, but do you reckon the draws in a way are kind of sometimes a bit scripted or something?
Oh yeah, well,
With the hot cold balls.
It's done to suit the bigger teams.
Yeah.
Like whoever's the
That's
seeded highest will be playing against whoever's seeded lowest. It's usually like that.
The hot cold teams. I've definitely the hot cold balls. Sorry. I've definitely got some. I don't know what it is. It's just the whole financial fair play. It's just to keep the big teams big, and the small teams small. Like, so now they did everything. They gave an arm and a leg, like the Premier League, to stop Newcastle's takeover actually happening. Like,
Yeah.
just because they know. It wasn't ever since City got all the money they started implementing it. It's like no one else is doing this. But that's why I know I know I probably will never see a Scottish team win a European
No, we
Cup.
can't.
Like my own team.
No,
No, we can't. We're in the same.
don't try and
team.
tell the
Oh,
expert
can't
what can happen.
Aaron Jones. We can get Barrytown. I don't know I cannot remember how to pronounce the other two names. I can't even
Pride
remember.
of Blick, Korshavn,
One was
Glen
Norwegian, I think, and one
or
was Swedish.
Runavik or something like that.
Yeah, that one.
Runavik?
Something like that.
I'm just writing it down now.
I'm not really. I just, right. Usually, I'd want like a good place to go to. Like, I wasn't that bothered with Burnley. I know for Progress, it wasn't big. It was a good test and a good away day. So, but test like this is one of the easiest draw possible because we can't even go.
There you go.
Give us Barrytown. They're gonna beat us if we get them. I know for a fact.
See,
they will.
yeah, I'd like a home tie, just so you know, you can go to Motherwell, like just soak in the atmosphere, and as long as, of course, you can do that safely. But also the opportunity to go to like Barrytown or something like that and sit in a pub and watch the game would be funny.
Right, definitely.
But like, I think like it's more exciting for you because I've experienced. I don't know how long it's been we've been in Europe, but I think much of it. Obviously, I don't.
Big team.
Yeah. It doesn't really.
To be fair,
I think we're kind of on the verge because we've been fourth the last 2 years. I think we're kind of on the edge of a.
Because you're shite.
I think this
Honestly,
year
like, I'm not saying this to try and get a bite for you, Kobe, but like, I genuinely think Aberdeen have been such underachievers of late. Like, they're a one-team city, really. I mean, you've got the likes of Cove Rangers and Arbroath kind of cutting about up there.
Peterhead kind of as well.
But, but you've got one big team in Aberdeen, you know, and you've not got like Rangers and Celtic on your doorstep. So how the fuck you're not challenging for a lot more? Kind of not annoys me. Annoys me is the wrong word, but I would have thought yous would have been the big challenge for Celtic when Rangers went down, and I'd have thought that
we should have 100% won something. I think McInnes bottled it. I think he bottled in 15-16, but it didn't. Like Danny Ward, when we had him on loan, Klopp just recalled him at like the split or like around Christmas time, and then we had to play like our second choice keeper. Then he got injured, so then we're playing Danny Rodgers for the rest of the season. But we should have won some in there. 16-17, Derek McInnes must like see that season in his sleep. Like how we never won something with the team we had. I think it was down to Ryan Christie not being able to play, and like obviously it was always Celtic we came across in the finals. I think he was. Especially down the time at the final, I think we beat Motherwell 7-2. I think he scored a few goals. I think we played Dundee as well, and he scored a banger. But
Mark McGee, the banter years.
Right, so we're gonna answer a couple more comments now. I'll tell you now for a fact that I believe Young Boys would beat Slovan Bratislava. It would be 3-1. The Young Boys are a good side. Bratislava aren't much either, but the fact that the Swiss champions are there, it'll be a tough tie. But Slovan Bratislava are quality for the Europa League group stage, I would say.
Aye.
And Rosenborg cannot play us, so get that idea out of your head. They are seeded along with Aberdeen and Motherwell, therefore we cannot play each other. We can only play the unseeded ties, which are along the bottom screen now.
You know,
and as we mentioned, or as Gogsy mentioned earlier on in the stream, you cannot play someone from your own coefficient or from your own country until the group stages, which would be hilarious. Like, imagine getting Celtic, Rangers, Aberdeen in the group stages, would be hilarious.
It's only the knockout rounds, mate.
Knockouts.
The knockouts.
I'm on something on the thing.
That's what I mean.
Your Europa League winner. I'm going for it. I've got to back my boys, you know.
Yes, we are covering the BetFred Cup draw. As I said in the description, we are covering every cup draw today, which is obviously...
Are you just not leaving this stream?
No. Do not leave. What?
Gogsy, you're on night shift for these lot.
I know. And then we're back later on with Premier View, which is fantastic.
Oh, I'm on the night shift.
Anyway, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to change the thumbnail for the stream because we've got to change the name as well.
Well, back to what we were saying previously about Aberdeen challenging. I think we should have definitely... It was the Rogic. I think that cup final was ours for the taking, but it just on the day. Well, obviously, Kenny McLean missed a sitter. It was like an open goal 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, that's going in. But it's just that... It's just such a frustrating day to then Rogic to get the goal. Because we did so well that game as well. It wasn't like we were sitting back. We were sitting back, but we were hitting well in the counter-attack. And then I think, Johnny Hayes scored early on, so we should have won something then. But no, I actually completely agree with what you're saying. But I think now we're kind of slipping off, and I think that's down to financially from them too. And I think ever since Rangers got that season, they found their feet, and they weren't near Aberdeen. I think they thought they would have just came up and started challenging with Celtic again, but we were like, no. Then it was the season after, we held them off again, and then they got Gerrard in, and then it kind of changed because I think he got a bit back. He got back in as well, and then they can spend money on players that we can't. So that obviously helps. And it's the same with Motherwell. You have done well to use what you have got.
Like, hell yeah! Like we've always said this. We punch well above our weight a lot of the time.
Your
like
youth
we are
is mental. Like
for just straight up, we're budgeting for surviving every year. That's it, and then anything on top of that is a bonus. Yeah. And Robinson is always very, very on that. As much as we get whatever bit of success we get, he's only ever focusing on keeping us up, which is just mental considering we were the third best team in Scotland.
Yeah,
with an asterisk, of course, but last season we were the third best in Scotland.
Well, yeah, that's how it finished, I think. So.
Yeah. It would have been. I think it still would have been interesting to see how the season would have finished properly.
I think we would have got third if the season did go on, because I think the night the football was cancelled, we were playing Hughes, and your form wasn't good, and we were like 3 wins on the bounce or something, scoring as well. So I think we were pumped up for that game, but then it was cancelled. So then
I said at the time and beforehand, like that was the tie that was going to settle the third place IMO.
What was in it? What was like a point or something, like 2 points? There wasn't much in it, and then the game, and then that game was called off. Which I was in. Actually, I remember it so well. I was in history when it got called off from history teacher. He pulled me outside, and then he pulled Ethan out, my mate outside, and then my other mate outside. Who they're all football fans. I don't know. He just pulled us out at once. He's like, "I've got bad news for you." I thought I was getting like sent to the head teacher's office or something. I was like, "What have I done?" He's like, Scottish football's cancelled. It's like, what? So it's done. And English football is still basically on. But they're away to call it off, because I was like around the time Arteta was getting it. So I'm like, oh Jesus. End of Donstock. I made a video as soon as I got home. I liked it home, and then just turned on the camera. I was like, the end of Donstock with that clickbait title, but no, it is.
It's one of those things like it's.
I agree with it.
England is a lot easier to do, or it's been a lot easier for them to do.
Money.
The behind closed doors, because they have such brilliant coverage. From Sky, like you get 4 or 5 every single week English games. But genuinely, I do feel sorry for those genuine fans that go and see their team every week. Because you imagine, right, you're a Newcastle fan, you're playing Arsenal away at 12:30 on a Saturday. Like, you're having to leave at like the back of 4 a.m. or something ridiculous like that to get there in time for the game. That's ridiculous.
That's like us. It always seems to be, especially our semi-finals, and I wouldn't be shocked if we've got the Sunday semi-final. It always seems to be a half 12 semi-final against Celtic.
Like it doesn't make sense.
I know. It's like,
I mean, to be fair,
you move it later.
Yeah, to be fair as well. Just in general, Hampden being where it is, I've said this all along. Hampden being where it is makes no fucking sense. Exactly. Like when they scrapped the old Hampden, what they should have done is purpose-built, brand new facility somewhere like, I don't know, Stirling, right?
Yeah.
Which is slap bang in the centre of the country. You can get there from Inverness, you can get there from Aberdeen, you can get there from Glasgow, you can get them from Edinburgh, you can get there from Berwick, right? You've got LNER trains, or East Coast trains, that go from literally from London to Inverness that go via Stirling, right?
Yeah.
So you can get pretty much all the way up the East Coast. If you can get to somewhere on the East Coast to Stirling, you can get anywhere on the west coast of Stirling, pretty much, via Queen Street or Central. Like, it would have made so much more sense to build it somewhere where people could have come. But they've bowed to the pressure of them and other them to be able to put it halfway between them, because they're like, oh, it's fine. The only people that are going to be, competing in anything will be like...
And when you look at it, that's completely wrong, because it's been Aberdeen, Motherwell, Hearts have even been there 3 times, and then Rangers have been to 1. So,
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm slightly not biased. I guess selfish is probably the right word, because I'm coming from Falkirk. So if Hampden was in Stirling, that's like a hop, skip, and a jump for me. For all the times that Motherwell have been to Hampden in the last 10 years. But it's... I mean, I can understand why they've put it where it is, because that's where Hampden is, that's where the National Stadium is. But what they built at Hampden as well is shite. Like, you look at the old Hampden, it's like terracing.
The atmosphere is bad because it's so far away from the pitch.
Yeah. The old Hampden, you were right on top of the pitch. You had all the big fences keeping the fans in, and then terracing pretty much the whole way down. Most of it was open, Like, my dad was in 91, he was in the open terracing, One of his mates had managed to get tickets in the covered bit, but, like, the majority of the old Hampden was open,
Yeah, it's
but
just...
there was an atmosphere like no other.
Yeah, as you say, like, I remember saying we were, like, an Aberdeen fan said to a Celtic fan when it was one of the cup finals a few years ago. We were like, this is a holdout for you, because he had like his stuff ready to get into the stadium. He's like, no, this is a holdout for us, and it's just another, they just walked across the road to get to the stadium. We just saw Celtic fans leaving their house, like to go to the game. Like, why is it not? Look at, I don't know about other stadiums, but why I would say the National Stadium should be in the capital.
Well, the thing is as well, you look at Murrayfield. Murrayfield as a stadium, I was lucky enough to go. I went on a school trip when I was in maybe 4th or 5th year, and we went to Murrayfield to see Scotland play New Zealand. The time that we very, very nearly beat them. I think it was something like 24-22 or something like that. And Scotland played very, very well on the night as well, and the atmosphere was bouncing. It was a brilliant place to be. And I mean, rugby's nothing like football. It just isn't. Like, in terms of singing, in terms of atmosphere, you're just not the same. It's, I don't want to say it's prawn sandwich brigade, but it's a more refined sport, which is ironic to say considering the actual nature of the sport itself. I've always said it's like rugby is a game for savages played by gentlemen, and football is a game for gentlemen played by savages.
Yeah, we'll answer a few more comments. Sorry,
I've totally fucking derailed this stream.
It's at 12 o'clock. That's the time of the draw.
I've got it here. It says draw will start short.
Yeah, the UEFA site is not live right now because they're all away having their prawn cocktail sandwiches or whatever it's called.
Aye. Definitely not. They definitely not. They're the type of people to drink bottled water.
You're the kind of guy to drink bottled water, you goon. You've actually done that on a stream.
No.
It's live on the internet.
We have the evidence. Also, I don't know if any of you are in here who did it, but the boy that's managed to put all the clips in that on a TikTok of this stream, fair play.
On a TikTok? I've not seen that.
I've seen one of them.
Apparently, there's someone's put a clip of these streams on TikTok. I don't know which one it is. I think it was the Kevin De Bruyne one.
Yeah, I did see one. I did see one of those.
Aye.
But no, I don't know if there's any more questions, but I was at Murrayfield for the Aberdeen Hearts game when they were playing. It was an amazing atmosphere.
Aye.
UEFA.com is the site where the draw is being made live.
You just need to listen to us and the salty sounds of our voices.
Every draw is live on the UEFA.com website. Who do we want in the draw, boys? Now, of course, we all have the same potential opponents. So, Kobe, you go first. Who would you like to see Aberdeen?
Barry Town.
For me,
Because
I want Glentoran.
These foreign teams always seem to know what. I just think Barry Town. Oh no, because we don't. Well, Kelly got beat by a Welsh team last time, didn't they? So
yeah.
I don't know. I'll still say Barry Town.
Was it Conakry?
Yeah, it was.
Conakry. Yeah.
Conakry
Nomad.
Barry Town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know.
No, we won't make the group stages. You actually.
I will. All
right. We'll see who we
win
get next week if we win.
Right.
And ask me then.
We'll fucking pump Spurs out. We'll go to their stadium and put 5 past them.
Did you see the trailer for their little documentary?
Oh. If you have a documentary about your team that isn't about something that happened 20 years in the past, tin pot.
No, it's one of those Amazon Prime documentaries.
The All or Nothing ones.
Yeah.
I've got the Man City one downloaded on my phone. I don't know if I want to watch it.
I watched it.
Because it kind of looks all right. As I just like enjoying football. But by the same token, it's a bit like, oh, we've got everything to win here. And it's like, no, you didn't. It's a bunch of millionaires playing another bunch of millionaires. There's absolutely no heart in it whatsoever. It's a fucking tourist league.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, because I got in so many arguments with. I'm in this group chat on Instagram, and there's so much tools in it. Like some Leeds fan, he's trying to say.
Didn't say that. Logan Games will be back on chatting about Leeds.
Of course, it's a Leeds fan, but no. He's just saying, it's a 2-man league. You can't predict the championship. Well, I'd hope you can't predict it, because bookies would be done if you could. But like, right. I could if teams didn't go up in the championship, I could bet Leeds would win it each year. But yeah, it's a second division. I don't know why. In turn, they say it's the best league in the world. I mean, it's not even the best in England, let alone the world. But
the thing is, as well, I feel like Leeds still are kind of riding off their previous successes, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, they've got a hell of a lot of money, but they've not really done anything with it, you know?
No. Yeah, no, it's like they're trying to spend, but yeah, as you said, I do think they are riding off their past successes, and I think since we did this, we've returned, like, Bielsa's tactics, I think will get figured out. Pep Guardiola's tactics got figured out. But the better managers will know how to counter it, and then he'll have to change it. It's whether he's stubborn enough, or if he's stubborn, will he change his tactics? So I'm not sure. If we're getting the colours out.
Right, here we go. Here we go. Here's a question.
I just thought the only trick we missed when we played Panathinaikos was playing the Champions League theme.
No, I have to say, like the Motherwell media's reaction to us being in the Champions League, all the stuff with Tim Clancy was hilarious. It was brilliant. Do you remember, Gogsy?
I don't think I do.
They were taking the piss out of the slow walk, and Tim Clancy being Tim Clancy. It was kind of things like they were kind of going back and forth along the squad. It got to him, and he just kept walking with the camera, just trying to look, nice and serious.
Good to see you on the stream, man.
Cheers.
Honestly, though, I think my favourite moment of our quite numerous European spells recently is I was lucky enough to go to Bucharest. And we stayed in the same hotel as the players, and got all sorts of photos and all that kind of stuff taken before they went away to the ground for their training, their last training session before the game. And it was like something like 35 degrees at like 7 o'clock at night, and it was just like the build up to the game was sensational, but the game itself was fucking dreadful. We lost 3-0 or 3-1 or something like that, and it was just
3-0 away, 3-1 at home, mate.
Aye. So it was just a bit like
at home.
To be fair, which one? Ross Forbes had a few screamers for us. The one at St Johnson that
was a left foot volley from like 35 yards out in the top corner.
He was some player, Ross Forbes.
If we got to the group stage, I would pray for a group stage like Celtic or Rangers got. Porto, like all those teams, like good like places to visit. So,
aye, because if you got to the group stages, the chances are you'd probably get to the point where you can go.
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Yeah, or at least or partial something, but no, it's just like a Porto, all those like places. Like I don't know what Spanish teams are in the Europa League this year. Valencia is not. They're like they finished like 8th.
Let me have a look.
All right.
I've not really looked too far ahead because I don't know if there's any.
Wouldn't mind the little Spanish team we've got
there. Our excuse, well, there's never any excuse for gibberish, Kenny. We've got the Europa League draw in about 10 minutes, so that is why we are live at this time of day. Oof.
I'm just
to be fair, it's mostly me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm me.
Absolutely.
I will take a large percentage. A lot of Sheep fans here now.
That's good. That's fine.
Getafe,
Maruf.
No, yeah, I've seen that in the fantasy. That's like quite a good one.
Yeah, that was my 5-a-side team. We won a few trophies. Good. And then one of the tournaments that we won for the second time in a row, we called our team Getafe by trophy, and then we won it, which was even better. Villarreal and Real Sociedad are in the group stage.
Real Sociedad. Oh, we played them before once.
Villarreal would be a good place to go.
Then you've also got Arsenal, Leicester, Napoli, Roma, Bayer Leverkusen, Hoffenheim, Lille, Nice, CSKA Moscow, Braga, Antwerp, Zorya Luhansk, Sivasspor, Feyenoord, and Wolfsberger.
Tell you what.
In the group stages.
Tell you what, Braga are wanting to go to their stadium. Do you see it? It looks ace. Like there's a massive mountain. There's a massive mountain in the stand. It looks classic. I want to go to that one day, definitely.
Yeah, but for the teams that are already in the second qualifying round, you've got Interclub Descaldes, who's from Andorra. They got knocked out of the Champions League the other day. Tre Fiori of San Marino from the Champions route. But for the league group, for us, teams that are seeded are Grenada, Tottenham, Milan, Wolfsburg, Reims, Dinamo Moscow, Rio Ave, Standard Liège, Kolos Kovalivka, Galatasaray, Willem II, Hartberg, Jablonec, Slovan Liberec, Aris Thessaloniki, OFI Crete, Osijek, Hajduk Split, Copenhagen, Basel, Anorthosis Famagusta, Vojvodina, Rangers, Bate Borisov, IFK Gothenburg, Viking, and Kaiser Almaty. How's that for?
Imagine Ash Taylor versus like Zlatan and all that for Milan. Jesus.
Zlatan's a free agent now.
Is he? Oh,
I think really.
I thought he was still at AC, but although I would love to get AC Milan because the San Siro's getting knocked down, is it not?
I don't know about that.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure. I swear in the San Siro they're getting a new stadium.
Yeah, San Siro's getting knocked down.
Yeah.
See so.
I'm taking this bucket hat off now, Jesus. It's Europe for a reason, but I bought that hat for the Europa League and then it lasted.
You don't get sponsored Milan until the group stages. I'll say that now.
That's fine. We'll put them out for you.
I don't even want Spurs because it's not like it wouldn't be like the Burnley game in terms of atmosphere because Burnley's got a nice little stadium, got a massive one, and the atmosphere doesn't look like it would be all that great. And so I'd prefer like a Milan or like a team like that because you know it'd be an ace little trip. But also you want to go through, so it's like you got the dilemma. 5 minutes till it starts. Ooh.
Is the link up yet?
Yeah, I'm in it.
Yep.
Oh shit! I'll go back.
I clicked a few buttons. It took me to it. So. Can't tell you what I did.
There we go. I'm absolutely buzzing for
I've
this
got
one.
the Europa League theme tune in the background, or will it play or something? Because I want to hear.
I'm happy to risk a copyright claim.
Are you sure about that?
I'll just sing it
Yeah.
for you.
As long as it's not playing when the actual draw's made, because then we can actually clip it and put it on socials for more content.
Oh yes, content.
Oh, but that Burnley game here, I think Aberdeen. We had a good chance that year. I think of going through, but Zlatan to the well. No,
Mate, I'd fucking love that.
You wouldn't get.
Do you imagine Zlatan at Motherwell?
Like Tony Watt.
Just scoring bikies for 50 yards away.
You can watch it live on UEFA.com. But this is the main place for the fans. So do stick around.
Oh, aye.
I've been waking up to this tune every day since it was confirmed that Motherwell won in the Europa League.
It just sounds like a new version of Africa by Toto.
It sounds very... You're full of shite, mate.
I'm hearing it through like 4 or 5 pixels at the minute, right? So,
Gogsy, you should have got the Europa League patch on your Motherwell top.
We weren't in the Europa League in this top.
No,
this
yeah,
one.
that's last
year's.
The new one. That's last year's.
On the new one.
Have you got the new one yet, Gogsy?
Nah, but I've ordered it, but it's not in yet.
You can get the patch.
So are you going to get it with the sponsor or without? Because I really want it without. Because, like, especially that home kit, I think that home kit's going to get ruined by a sponsor.
What,
you know?
get a sponsor on it?
We've got one in the back. We've got Glenn's Vodka in the back. Hey, chin chin. But we currently don't have a main sponsor on the front.
No, it looks better without.
Aye.
Especially if it's off a retro kit.
Here it is. Oh!
A toe tapper. It's a toe tapper.
Just casually flexing my new iPhone as well.
New iPhone!
100 viewers for the live stream. That would be fantastic.
How much is on now?
86.
Fantastic.
Oh, come on.
I love it.
I feel sorry for Motherwell fans because you aren't allowed to, any of the away games now for depending on how far you go. So, kind of a bummer that.
It's a bummer, but we'll get there again.
To be fair, it's not like we've never been in it before, and this is like the first time we've ever done Europe, and we're not allowed to go to the games. We've been lucky, especially in our lifetimes, with cup successes and such.
There we go. 54 seconds to go. Oh, I'm buzzing, boys.
45.
Post it on TikTok.
Heel toe, here we go. That's good shit.
Terry Monroe.
Another year, another draw. I remember the year we got Burnley, and then last of that, you really want a Burnley. Maybe not if he's want to go through. Maybe not if he's want to go through, no. If he's want an atmosphere, yeah, but if he's want to go through.
To be fair, you gave them a game in the first leg, did you know? The first leg you drew one each.
Yeah, tough.
We were lucky. Yeah, I think even the second leg we did all right, but they were quite.
15 seconds.
5 seconds. 4.
10.
3.
Oh wait, no, I'm behind.
1. Boom! Come on! Oh, they're playing the anthem.
Oh, are they?
Oh, this trailer. Oh, God, some kind of hype for this.
It's a ball.
Trailer.
Why is this so much better than the Champions League one?
I'm putting the hat back on.
I'd prefer being in the Europa League just for this fucking tune.
On the theme, the intro.
Who needs the Champions League? There we go. Oh,
Right.
If the Champions League do want to take Aberdeen, I will be more than happy to enter your competition.
Do we know where the final's going to be this year?
I've got no clue.
The goals.
Good afternoon, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
his voice.
Welcome back to the House of
I don't even know what number we are. I don't know what number we
Yes.
are.
How the hell did we say that?
Michael
Hesselschwert.
Hesselschwert. Michael Hesselschwert.
The quarterfinals of the 2019-20 UEFA Europa League start later today.
Oh, his accent, man.
However, we are already looking ahead.
Still not
wish
as
I
bad
had
as yours.
I wish I had his accent.
Teams from across the continent start what they hope will be a long and fruitful European campaign.
For
on the
European
road
campaign.
to Dutch.
On the road to Verdansk.
Is it Verdansk?
As I'm sure you're all well aware,
Verdansk is where Call of Duty Modern Warfare's Warzone takes place.
given the disruption.
I don't even know what number we are. I think we're 2 or 1.
We're in
I would
group
like
4.
to remind you
We're 4,
that
yeah.
It's yeah. We're Group 4, and then we should just be. If it's the same as what it was for the Champions League, it's literally just their names, and then
Alright.
winner of match whatever. When it's like Barrytown, Breiðablik, not Breiðablik, and
of Cyprus, Greece,
Glentoran.
Hungary, and Poland, all making their stadiums available.
Glentoran sounds like such a Scottish name.
All the
I know.
qualifying rounds, all matches in this round will be played over one leg.
So I'm saying, what Scottish person invaded all these countries?
Previously, and because of Scotland's coefficient.
Now, let's move on to this eagerly anticipated draw, but we'll start with the technical procedure first. All information concerning today's draw can be found in the draw procedure, which has been communicated in advance. Any
I don't
changes
even know. We
concerning
can't
your
really get
respective
a.
matches
I
will
don't
be
know
sent
any of
to
the
your
teams we
club
can even
and
get, to be
national
honest with you. So I don't
association.
even know if they're any good or what.
If any club in the preliminary round has an individual coefficient that entitles it to be seeded in the first qualifying round, the winner of the preliminary round match involving this club is automatically seeded for the
buzzing.
first.
Oh, Alfie Louise, just give it a rest, mate. If you're not here before us, just fucking leave, mate.
The 94
Cheers, Alfie
clubs
Louise.
which are involved in today's
Cheers for
draw,
that.
We just hit 95 and then dropped back down to 91.
47 seeded and
Anyone's the best number
47
in.
unseeded teams. We have used a computer system.
Oh,
to
computer
close the
system.
groups in full respect of all the draw principles, such as country protection, which means no two clubs from
You can
the same
watch it
state can be
on
together,
UEFA.com's
and
website.
in
Well,
place
just
Or
of
here.
UEFA club
Or here.
coefficients.
Yeah, I know.
The 94 teams are divided into 13 groups.
Alright, where are we?
Groups
Where
1 to
are we?
13
Group
of
4.
6 teams, and into 2
I'm
groups,
glad we can't get
14
Rosenborg, because
teams.
yesterday I thought we could. I'm like, oh, if we get them,
No.
I don't fancy.
All the
Don't
clubs
fancy your
within the
chances,
15
but-
groups have been ordered randomly and identified by a number.
Number.
So we start with explanation of the groups 1 to 13. As you can see, 3 balls are prepared in the first pot. They contain the numbers 1 to 3, corresponding to the seeded teams in each of the 13
Monobarry.
groups. Second pot here to my
Aye,
right.
well, nobody asked, so cheers,
Unseeded.
mate.
Every time a ball is drawn
You're
from
all
each
one of
of
clubs.
the 2 pots, the 2 balls are
I don't know
shuffled
who he
in the third
supports,
pot
like,
here
but I'm
right in
guessing
the
it's,
middle to establish
one of
pairing
the
order
old firms.
matches. The result
Potentially.
of this draw applies instantly to all 13 groups. For example, if the first ball drawn contains the slip of paper 1 and the second the slip of paper 4, the clubs which have been assigned the numbers 1 and 4 in each of the 13 groups will play each other. Moreover, the first ball drawn containing the
Alright,
slip
lad,
of
just
paper
get to the
1
draw.
designates the home team for the single leg and for all 13.
Anyone else falling asleep with all the rules?
which
Yeah.
rules apply.
Yeah, this is the boring part.
The procedure is carried out with the remaining balls to complete all the pairings.
No, we cannot live stream the draw. We do not have the
UEFA will be coming for us if we do.
Seed. So, see the teams.
Ooh.
Start shuffling.
He's looking for the hot ball.
Numbers 1, 2,
Oh.
3.
He's found it.
Which one's heavier, boys?
Give the big boys the heavy balls.
Mm.
Yeah, this guy looks like he's been in the sun quite a bit, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
The thing is as well, like,
been
you don't
enjoying.
know where he's looking. He could be looking at like some microscopic, like some big projector or something like that up the top, which just has which is which. If that makes sense.
Looking
First
up.
bearing of this draw here.
We're watching it on UEFA.com, boys.
Which team is in it?
Home team.
Number 2.
The matches,
Number 2.
it will be the team with number
Wait,
2.
are they just doing this as like a fucking example?
No, I think they're just going to go through the different numbers of each.
They will be
I think Rosenberger played Breidablik.
in position number 4.
Wait, what happened to the special guest for this? Is he
Yeah,
still
Rosenberg played Breidablik.
This gives us
We cannot
Oh,
do
shit.
Breidablik.
pairings and
That's how it's going.
versus either Colorheim FC or La Favorita. FK Reykjavik.
draw
Or,
results?
will play versus Derry City FC.
Yeah.
HSK Sloniski
Wait, we're not in that.
FC.
We're not in that because we are Motherwell are number 3, Aberdeen are number 1.
Will stage the match at home against.
Oh, right. So it's just all the twos playing all the
Yeah,
fours.
all the teams are
right.
right.
Oh yeah.
Right. That makes
Now
sense. That
you
makes
got it,
sense.
got it.
Versus FC.
Wait, Limizol.
That makes sense now that I'm actually, you know, I've had it explained to me instead of trying to listen to him.
See, Limizol's fans are absolutely nutters.
The New Saints FC will play home.
I remember
versus
when we
MSK
played them,
Žilina, NFG, DFK will be
That's a-
FC Skupin.
That's a decent draw for Rosenberg Breidablik as well. Because
versus.
Alright, we can still get down. We
we
can
played
still get the
Breidablik
big.
and they're a very, very good side.
We can still get Barry. What
We can
happened to
still get
the?
Barry and Torres.
What happened
Or
to
the
this?
Faroe Islands.
S.
Wait, was the special guest on for the Champions League one or not?
No.
No, it was just him.
I mean,
Oh.
Just us.
Ooh. So this is different than Champions League one because they did that individually. Eh?
Yeah.
I suppose for the Europa League they probably don't give us much of a shit.
No.
There's too many teams are in the Europa League, that's why.
I suppose
The UEFA conference, or whatever it is.
second.
I genuinely think Scottish teams might have more of a chance with that as well,
Yeah.
especially if it's only of the smaller
Right.
nations. You know,
Let's see which teams
Ooh.
will be.
we're 3, aren't we?
Aberdeen at home.
Will be
Aberdeen at home,
number 1.
Shit. Oh god.
1.
playing.
Come on, please be Barry Town. I don't know what number they are.
Number 5, which is
That's
Barry Town.
Runavik.
Come on, money Barry Town. Is it right?
5.
Right. Well, then, so just confirmation of that. Aberdeen,
Hibernian
Aye.
Aberdeen versus Barry
I just
Town
want
and
to-
Runavik.
Will be welcoming Paida.
So,
I just
Gogsy,
Valletta FC to play home versus
Well,
Barra.
would you
Yeah.
be going
Aberdeen
just to the place of where it is? If we get an away tie, would you go to the place just to see what
Oh,
it's like?
yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Malmö FF will
I want to go to the Faroe Islands.
Krakow FC.
Aye, I've never been to the Faroes. I'd be more than game going there.
Will play home versus FC.
That'd be
I'll take that. I wanted Barry Town, but I do not want Runavik. I don't know who they are, but I don't want them.
Versus FC Ilves Tampere.
Runavik are of Faroes as well, if I know.
FC
They sound good.
Kesla FK.
No, they're not. Mate, it's
Oh.
the Faroe Islands.
Bodo Glimt.
Oh, well, I would happily take them.
FK Kona.
Barry
Zalgiris, Maccabi
Now,
Haifa
Barry
will
Town have been
welcome
kicking about this
FK
like Europa League for a
Zalgiris.
while, because I always seem to
AKS
see them.
Lech Poznan will play home versus
Aye,
FK.
but Paul Kelly, let's just remember.
Jesus,
FC
why
Steve
is-
Clark wasn't in charge of the plan.
Oh shit, I forget Lech Poznan are in this as well.
Why is there so much FK teams at the start of the name? Look,
Sit.
FK Zalgiris.
Football club.
Numbers are known.
Yeah,
and it's
it's
more
not-
important to determine
What is this Motherwell then?
Come on.
which
I want us to be at home.
will be
A
Yeah,
home draw.
ideally a home leg would be nice.
Please, no
But-
teams.
Yeah.
be travelling.
I'd very much take an away leg as well because, you know, if we could go to the Faroe Islands, oh Christ, if we could go to the Faroe Islands just to even be there.
Considered as the home team.
Number 3, please. Number 3.
No one else it won't be.
Number.
Yes!
Up the home legs.
Sorry, don't have our boat flag at home. Come on.
Up the
The
home
thing is, as
ties.
well, that's all the seeded teams have all come up with home ties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conspiracy.
The teams indicated and position.
Conspiracy. I don't care.
Number 6. 3 versus
Come on.
6.
So, Motherwell FC. Oh, what a sight.
Glentoran. Oh,
or-
I'm getting a fucking picture of that.
Yes.
FC Levadia Tallinn, Budapest Honved FC,
Oh, yes.
FC Inter Turku, Lincoln Redims
Well done,
FC,
boys, well done.
FC
Up the home legs.
Stage the match versus
Up the home legs.
Motherwell
Be up
FC
on a broad hill for
versus
that one.
either Glentoran
Or a watch along
or
potentially of
HP
Aberdeen and Motherwell play on the same time.
FK Kukesi will be considered as the home
We'll
team.
get it online, won't we?
Yeah.
Or actually, to be fair, you reckon we could just hire out one of the houses that look in past the main stand? We'll just get like that wee corner of the pitch.
Why not?
No, FC Duck.
I'm guessing you're gonna.
Or we
You're
just
gonna
be
be
like, hello,
FC
we're reputable media sources. Can we get in to commentate, please? Hint, hint, wink, wink, etc.
I'll try my best to rent out one of the flats looking on a Pataudry for that day. On the balcony.
Aye, because there's a high flats a bit there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's the broad hill. You can see a bit. I cycle up there. Like
FC
Aye.
you can go up there.
How much? Hey, we've hit 100 viewers.
Hey.
Cheers for coming on, boys. To see, aye. So, should we update the banner? Actually, I'm going to put one. So we've got Motherwell.
I'm guessing you want one. I'm guessing you want one.
Foreign or for Shavin.
Exactly the same as
I'm guessing you won't want to be doing the watch along. Please will be out in the Motherwell pubs.
We'll see. But I want to try and get media passes for that game. Me and Rooney will try and get one because we're the sort of YouTubers.
Procedure.
For Motherwell. And if we manage to get it, we'll be trying to get a live Facebook thing or just a live social of the actual game. And then,
I think I've totally
that'll be good
butchered
then if we get a
that.
pass.
no, mate, I'll just do it. It's fine.
I think I've totally butchered the spelling of most of that, but it's close enough.
Yeah.
Motherwell Town.
Wait, where are they still going? I thought that was all the teams done.
No,
No.
there's other groups.
He's just enjoying mucking
Oh.
about with the balls.
He likes playing with big balls.
So
Having fun with it, just rolling them about.
first pairing of these group 14 and 15, determining which
None of the big teams are in this, are they?
It's the same position.
Not really.
Apart from us.
Position number 7,
Ooh.
Boom.
and let's go. Which
What
teams they will be welcoming.
Now you have to be doing your research search
The
for
teams
those
in
teams.
position number 3.
Oh, aye.
I don't need to do research. I know my European football.
That confirms it's FC Petrogrup in Kesti.
I don't know much about Barry
versus
Town, so
FK
you could let me in on some of
Baka
that knowledge.
Topola and KF Deuta.
You think we could just climb the floodlight gantry and then just like sit up there? Because it'll be on anyway, so why not make the most of it?
Aye, fact.
If you just get banned, you just get banned in style. Well, did you see the guy? Did you see that? I think it's like Nightscape. He climbed up. He climbed into the Pataudry.
Fair play.
It's on YouTube if you want to see it, but it's like he climbed. He went in. I don't know how. I think he climbed on top of a bin, got in the little Merkland bit, climbed up a floodlight.
Somebody Phillips commented.
Oi, oi!
United
Big
no
fan
hearts. I don't know if can I go hearts. Can
Oh,
I don't know. I've not had a look at any of the BetFred Cup things yet. We'll start talking about BetFred Cup footage and coverage from about 12:30. give it about a half hour build up to the actual draw, and because we're still reacting to the Motherwell and Aberdeen ties in Europe.
I think at this stage you just want the easiest draws to do.
Welcoming FK Sud. Yes.
Then it's kind of later on. Later on, you're going to want your
United playing Hearts would be a big tie. Although to be fair, they're 2 of each group go through anyway, so it's not like there's still the ability for both of them to go through, even if they get drawn in the same group, obviously. So
no, really, it's 1, then 4 of the best 8 runners-up of groups.
Is it?
Aye, but
I feel bad for the littler teams because
you'd expect Hearts and United to go through, just going basically off their following and the caliber of player they have attracted so far.
I think it's for the Scottish Cup or something. I feel bad for because it's like you look at like some BSC Glasgow last season. Now that's not going to be able to happen because I swear they've cut down on the teams that can go in this year.
What does that mean?
So they've cut it. So it's just like what league? No, the Premiership to like League 2. So now your BSC Glasgow's and teams like that, they're not gonna really get a look in because they were going.
Fucking Duncan, man. Duncan's just putting the Minkerville chat. Oh, very good chance of us going through. So that's us getting fucking cunted at the first round.
He wasn't saying that last night.
These are getting pumped now.
No, the game against
getting pumped. You really must believe us. You really must.
The game is at home. The game is at home. I must say, it's at Fir Park.
8.
Do you reckon you'll get your little? You think you'll get your pass?
8.
We'll see. I've spoken to Grant Russell before, and he was more positive than negative. So
that's good.
In position
I've got everything crossed. Because I would honestly just to get back into Fir Park again and just even film around the ground without trying to promote your vlog series. Just to get into Motherwell, to get into Fir Park again would be a dream. I mean, I've never been in the main stand. Like my dad and I were lucky enough to win hospitality once at a race night or something like that for Motherwell. We had the meal beforehand and then went and sat in our own seats because we couldn't face the fucking main stand.
I might see about trying to Aberdeen, but I don't fancy my chances, especially now with all the COVID stuff.
Well, it's just that slightly bigger tier of club, you know?
Yeah.
Goodbye for now. Thank you very much.
To be fair, I don't know if Motherwell comes under a drone no-fly zone is the only thing, Paul.
Yeah, same with Aberdeen. I'm pretty
because otherwise that's a solid shout.
Aberdeen, I think you're allowed to drone.
No, it's illegal in any football ground in the UK.
Aye.
Yeah. So a game got suspended in England. I think it was Yeovil Town because someone was flying a drone over.
That's hilarious. That's how tin pot the English league is.
Well, I'm guessing you just need permission because someone with, I think, Aberdeen did it themselves, but obviously that's different. But then I think someone uploaded something, so I think you just need permission.
Right.
Yeah, there's
right.
some actually.
Boys, I'm not gonna lie to you, I might dodge out.
All right,
just
that's fine.
People see things to do. Right, but it's been fun. My name is Rudy. That's how you spell my YouTube channel. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
Okay,
I'm an 88 subs. I'd love to get to 100, if I'm honest. Yeah. It's a nice even number. But I'll catch you after, boys. It's been fun. Bye.
No problem.
Good luck in the next draw, but no, I don't know what to think about that draw. I don't know. Oh, the Europa League anthem's back.
Oh yes.
Just to play it again.
Yeah.
One day Aberdeen will be in this intro. One day. Yeah, but I kind of I wouldn't mind that little match day pass, but I don't fancy my chances getting one. Aberdeen are quite staunch that way at times, but
Yeah.
Motherwell seem to be. I think Motherwell in terms. I think Aberdeen, especially social media wise, are quite poor.
Yeah, I think they're a bit more about promoting through social media. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why though, because look at other clubs. Look at other clubs that have done. I think Motherwell are good with it as well, especially with you. They're good with you.
Oh yeah, they are very good with me.
Mm.
They do give me a lot of help.
The Aberdeen are a bit more
Yes.
staunch that way, but well, to be fair, saying that they gave Josh a ticket when he needed for the Rangers game, so I think they got one sorted out for him in terms of like atmosphere area, for the Rangers game because he was still didn't get one, so they were good that way. But it's just I think what they put out, I think likes of Liverpool and stuff are good with it, English teams, because they know it'll branch you out. Teams are even using TikTok now, and Aberdeen mainly use Instagram. So no, it's definitely. I think they tried doing a few things, but it never really worked out because especially Aberdeen.
As for the draw, I would say we're more likely to play Glentoran in the next round than having our boat flag because I think Glentoran will have the edge at home. I think Glentoran's a home team, so it'll be Glentoran that beat Tórshavn. Whereas Aberdeen against Runavik or Barrytown, it's at Runavik and it's on that AstroTurf pitch and it's very foggy up there. So I reckon it'll be a 1-goal game. I think Barrytown might sneak it.
I must admit, I'm loving your knowledge of all these teams. Like I've got no clue of any of these teams that we're playing, apart from Rosenborg, and can't even get them. So that's what I was gonna do a little Statman Dave, but didn't have much time. So
I'll tell you what though, I reckon we could beat both of us could beat any team that were unseeded. But I think we did well to avoid Breidablik because Breidablik are the best team out of that.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll take that then.
League Cup draws in 40 minutes or so. We'll be covering that as well.
You need an Aaron for that one. Is he coming on for it?
Well, Aaron's not available.
Is he not?
So I've messaged a couple of my mates.
All right. But no, as you said before I hit the road after we're done talking about the Europa League draw, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. I think I can't remember who the other team was that we can get. I just know got Barrytown United.
Are you staying on for the BetFred?
If you want.
Aye.
All right.
Give me at least someone to bounce off of.
I don't know what channel it's on like.
Yeah, I need to find a live stream for that as well because usually it's on the BT.
Yeah.
But Sky have the rights for Scottish football.
Maybe. I have no clue. Yeah, when you who are well most likely to play? Yeah, I think you answered that.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's these European guys that can go either way.
Glentoran play Tórshavn on the 20th of August, so in 10 days. There are no big teams in the League Cup draw.
No. There's a few. There's a few. Isn't there? Like I said, Dundee United.
Correct. Jamie Murphy is Motherwell's top European goal scorer with it. He scored like 4 goals in a game against Flamertari.
Did he?
Mm-hmm. We beat him 8-1. The next live after this one is at 7 p.m. tonight. We'll be talking all things Scottish football from the weekend. Those playing Europe buy into the second round, Paul, not the third. I would love to get through to the third.
I know you'll probably talk about it later on a Premier View, but I think that's another AstroTurf pitch, showing well for Killie. But
I'll tell you what, though, the games in the Faroe Islands are mostly on AstroTurf, apart from
Yeah.
Tofty. I think that's the national stadium. That's on grass, I think. But I couldn't be too sure because Scotland have played there.
I've got no clue whatsoever, but I'm not.
As I said, I've got encyclopedic knowledge of the football. BetFred Cup draws on SPFL YouTube. Thank you, Cole. We'll be talking about that in a bit.
I'll just go on SPFL YouTube. Good little place to have it. Right in the way of us. Cheers, SPFL. Now they've got to choose between us and or they could have on the TV. So choose us, please.
Okay, so hold on a sec.
SPFL. I think I've got it.
Wait a minute. We've got a guest coming in the form of my mate Jamie, who's a Dundee fan.
Oh, they're in the draw, aren't they?
Yeah, they're in the draw.
I can't find it on here, so on the you think they'd like Premier or something. I can't find it on the SPFL channel. They've uploaded. I was waiting. Oh, you have no clue how hard it was to get, because after the Celtic game, I was just waiting for a picture of for your thumbnail for the Premier View. It was so hard to get a high quality one of Mark Reynolds, and then I had to go on the FBF Hearts to take a picture. Then the Celtic Kelly game, there was no pictures of a Celtic player looking annoyed. It was just Ryan Christie scoring his goal. I was like, well, I'm not gonna have that if they lost. So, it was frustrating times. And this bit was easy enough. I've got. I think it was Cole that said I've got zero clue where this draw is on the SPFL YouTube. They might just not have it now. While we're here, I'll watch the highlights of the Rangers game.
I've not watched any highlights yet. We've got every right to be negative about our first two games of the season, but under Robbo, I think we've frequently started poorly, but we'll strike a run somehow. I wouldn't say it's completely 100% all negative. We've played some decent stuff, but our build-up's too slow. We need to sort of have that final product at the end of every cross into the box, because at the moment we couldn't hit a barrel. We couldn't hit a barn door with a shotgun. There you go. Right now, so it's a bit difficult, but I'm sure we'll turn it around. I've got every faith in the boys, and hopefully Motherwell can.
I think you could look at it from further out and look at it. Well, you're kind of continuing your bad spell from last season, but you've got to look at it from this season, because that's last season. So I think it's just a little blip, and obviously these are fresh back. People have to remember, these are back from the longest break footballers have had in a while. So,
and their team's not even fully fit yet.
Is it not?
No.
And you have Declan Gallagher playing right back. No, not Declan Gallagher. Sorry, Grimshaw. I'm watching this Rangers highlights, and St Mirren are doing all right defensively. I think it was just an own goal. Just came off them. Have you not seen the highlights yet?
No, I've decided not to look at anything until after the stream.
All right. Well, you have to get ready for Premier View then quite quickly.
I don't know. Ask me again in December. We'll talk about it then. 4 o'clock. As usual, there's always a north and south thing. Someone's sent you a link on Instagram, Kobe.
Did they? I'll go have a look at. I don't know if it'll make me leave the stream though, because I'm on my phone. So it might make me leave and I'll join back. So I'll leave and join back and see if it is.
Okay, cool, fantastic.
Still on. Oh, okay, class.
surprised he's not got his phone yet. That's a record for him.
Oh, Bertie. Oh, yeah.
Cool. Also sent me it.
Alright, I found it. Cheers, Cole. SPFL Chapter. Let's see here.
28 minutes till it begins.
Cole,
And,
I've got no clue how you got that. I'm just going to type the link into my thing quickly. And hopefully,
God, I'm
you're
so
not having me on.
let's have a look.
Here we go.
What else?
Oh, I've got to type in the whole link. Where is the... //
Which fantasy football league do I play? The one on the mobile app.
That's them. I was thinking about doing the SPFL like official one, but nah. I think I'm like 70th in my own league. Like, it's not the greatest. I think of. Do you need the link we sent?
I've got the link.
All right. F23.
We've also got the Fairmont fan coming on about 5 minutes after 1 o'clock.
Ben?
No, we've got
David.
Jamie.
Oh.
I know from university. He'll be on as well. Well, I think Kevin Nisbet's already established himself as a player to look out for this season and scoring a hat-trick on Saturday.
2 assists already. I think, yeah. Good start for him. He's a bargain. Signed him in FM last night.
Tenor on Celtic Hearts going further than Big Hearts. Fantastic.
I don't know who I want to. I obviously don't care who draws each other. It'll just be for entertainment purposes. You wouldn't mind an Edinburgh derby.
I just hope all your like Dundee United, Kilmarnocks, and Johnsons get pumped out.
Fucking action. Here we go. If it's up, there we go. I got the draw here. I don't really know. I just want. I wouldn't mind a little derby, like a Dundee derby or a Edinburgh derby. Don't know if they can get each other.
I
don't know.
It'd be nice.
It would be. I want Dundee to. I always want like Dundee to go through to some things, so because they usually draw Aberdeen. It's a close away day. That's always a good one. Well, because we're miles away from every other team.
Yeah, fact.
Live event begins in 25 minutes. I can put this scarf and all that away now, can't I?
I'm really happy. I know someone who supports Glentoran as well, so it'll be nice to.
Nice. I just on the scarf. All right. So here we go. Let's give a little scarf review quickly. 20. I'm getting the scarf the wrong way around. 2014 League Cup winner, Stanford Aberdeen. On the back here, got the results. So I will read through the results because I'm pretty sure Motherwell might be here somewhere. No, they're not. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, we. So Aberdeen beat Alloa, 6-5 on penalties in the second round. Third round, we beat Falkirk 5-0. In the quarterfinals, we beat Motherwell 2-0. And in the semi-finals, we beat St Johnstone 4-0. And in the final, we beat Inverness Cali 4-2 on penalties.
Was that the game you had 10 men for about 85 minutes?
I'm pretty sure it was. We definitely, it was, we lost in the final. We lost Johnny Hayes in a minute, and he was our best player at the time. So that didn't help us. And then of course, we took it to pens. Like, the first cup we won in how long minutes on pens? Against Inverness Cali. But that's when we turned, Parkhead into Park Red for the day. Unbelievable scenes, Jeff. Didn't mind it being at Parkhead, actually. It was a better atmosphere.
Quite right.
Then we bought, that's the game we bought Shinny.
Hey, Jamie's coming in. Fantastic. Devices.
Good. 57 people waiting. That 57 people could be here right now. Unfortunate. Are you able to like a stream or dislike it on this? Oh, you can. Dislike. Actually, I can't even bother signing in. I don't know who I really. Well, I just want an easy. I'd rather have Celtic earlier on. Got to play them eventually. Well, not earlier on, but in a semi or something.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to win the cup, you got to play them. Simple as. Or you got to beat them. I was confident that we could win the cup. We're still in the the Scottish Cup, because it's down to the semi-finals between. Well, it's us playing Celtic and Edinburgh Derby. So I think I was confident at the time, but now seeing them and seeing us, I'm not that confident.
Quite right. Hold on, I'm going for a drink first. I need to. So my throat's a bit dry after speaking for nearly an hour and a half.
You might go put the cat
there's
on.
Jamie. I'll get him involved.
Can you hear me? Aye.
Jamie.
Aye.
Hello, Jamie. This is
All right.
chat. This is Jamie, Dundee fan. I've known for about 8-9 years now. Kobe. This is Jamie. Kobe.
All right.
Kobe.
All right,
Kobe's
Jamie.
an Aberdeen fan, and so I'm sure you'll get on very well. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just getting a drink.
You staying on for the cup draw then, Kobe?
Yeah, I think I'll make up the numbers.
Decent.
Not that it bothers me or anything, but not that Aberdeen are involved in it. But I wouldn't mind seeing like a Dundee United draw. Just
that's not possible because
is it not?
We're both championship seeds, so we won't get tied together. So same with Hearts and Hibs as well. So
I didn't know that. I didn't. So I'm not. We're obviously not in this group stage draw, so I'm just here for the entertainment purposes. Yeah, I don't care who gets who, to be honest.
Jamie, did you see the Europa League draw?
he's got Glen Turan or somebody. Aye.
Glen Turan or HB Tórshavn.
We got Barry Town or some other team.
Really?
Can't actually remember who it was. I wanted Barry Town. I don't know much about them, but.
Now, Jamie, are you aware that you can watch it on the SPFL YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Alright, I'll go get a drink as well before it starts.
Yeah, there's a possibility we can play Celtic Hearts.
That'd be quite good, wouldn't it?
That would be good.
Public park.
Because this year they've got Celtic Hearts, who won the Lowland League, and Brora Rangers, who won the Highland League. They're both in the North section. Like, they've never normally done that. It's always been the champions of the Highland League in the North section, champions of the Lowland in the Southern. So it's quite interesting how they've done that this year.
That's strange. Oh, that reminds me. I need to.
I don't know if I've got to refresh it. It's still saying 25 minutes for me, and that was like 25 minutes ago.
We've got 20 minutes. This will be the third time I've changed my title for this live stream.
Oh, thumbnail.
And the thumbnail, yeah. Mad.
No, I'm
Working
thinking about that whole Aberdeen coronavirus thing. It's kind of affecting the schedule as well because it's already crammed in, and now we've got to cram in them games. That's why I think they're kind of reluctant to call off the Hamilton game and Celtic game. Still can't find it when I'm not in there. No, I'll type it in.
Is your game still going ahead on Wednesday night, Kobe, against Hamilton?
I think as of now it is, yeah. Which I can't get because the reason they called off the St Johnstone game was because they didn't want it to spread to Perth.
Yeah.
But now they've got Hamilton coming in and going back, and Celtic game's still on as well, which wasn't surprised at. But they just I think they're reviewing it nearer the time to see because I think it's today they're reviewing our lockdown because I'm now stuck in lockdown again. So once I type this in, I'll sort my camera. I think it's fallen. Oh, I've not fallen today, Gogsy. So far.
What?
I've not fallen today so far.
I know.
My camera.
Makes a change.
No.
Save an image.
There we go. 17 minutes.
Superb. Yes, the link is in is on the SPFL YouTube channel. There you go.
But we highly recommend you stick here and watch it. So.
Absolutely, because there may be another guest coming on, and you never know who that means.
What happened with the guests for the Europa League?
Well, basically, so for context, I contacted Shamrock Rovers Football Club on Thursday and Friday, and they gave me an email for one of the guys that does the podcast for Shamrock Rovers, and I emailed them asking if they wanted to come on for the live stream and just talk football, talk about Shamrock Rovers' progress in their league, etc. And they didn't even email back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Bit of a bummer.
Not really.
I forgot about it until earlier on.
Like I'm trying my best to sort of broaden my horizon on YouTube and get as many contacts as possible because what is YouTube without contacts? That is the question. And the fact they've not even replied is, I mean, I'm not better. It is what it is.
Yeah, I don't like how especially some footballers. I dare say you've had the same thing with your podcast. Like, I think the only person I've had luck contacting for like an interview or something was Derek McInnes, through the club. That was before lockdown, so now that's been put on hold. But I think it's just footballers, like, they don't reply half the time, and it's like, just at least reply and say no. Like, I'm not gonna go and bubble in my room or something. So, Adam Rooney was one that he just left me undelivered. So,
brutal. Well, I think we'll finally get rid of this ticker and just go with that.
17 minutes. Is it still saying 17 minutes? Because I don't know if my thing's behind there.
Hold on, one sec. Oh yeah, I've got a text.
I mean, it's 17. Someone's disliked the stream. That's
Can it be everyone's favourite cup of tea?
no. Well, Motherwell were in the group stage last year, weren't they?
Yeah. This is the
What's
first
it
year
like?
we've met. It's a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, you get to go all those grounds you wouldn't otherwise, I guess. So.
Correct. Uh-huh.
But then at least it's just at least a ticket waiting for the knockouts.
Hello, Players Jers. Welcome to the stream. You've missed a lot, mate.
Yeah, I think it was an earlier, but Rangers weren't in the Europa League one, so it might not have concerned him.
Mm.
Yeah. It's actually weird, watching the BetFred Cup draw without Motherwell in it for the first time.
It's going to feel weird for me because I'm usually cheering on, can we please get Stranraer away? Because it's a fantastic away day.
Or Annan or somebody like that.
Gogs, I want to notify you. Your stream's actually coming up ahead of the SBFLs when you type in BetFred Cup Live. I'll show you. Right. So,
yeah, go on.
I don't know how to turn my thing around, but yours is coming up ahead of it.
Oh, that's class.
So, yours is because I was waiting to click on it to watch the draw to refresh it, but I'm in it.
Yes, Flynn, I'm very, very happy with who we've got. I mean, I think I was going to be happy either way because it's teams that I feel that we're capable of beating. The thumbnails only just changed from the Europa League, so it may take a couple of seconds to refresh on the browser.
It's changed here for me when I type
as long as it's changed for Kobe, because Aberdeen is so far in the distant past. It's fine. I think they've only just discovered fire up there, but
it's still 9th of August for me today.
Aye, they're still in lockdown.
We are still in lockdown as well. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's getting reviewed. The Shire's probably going to go into lockdown. So. Hey ho.
Oh yeah.
What can you do?
I've had many of those nights recently.
I don't know those nights when. But I wouldn't mind just going to, because when Aberdeen aren't playing or something, or it's like an international break, and I used to went to the Cove Rangers games, but now they're moving up the leagues. It's gonna slightly contrast with Aberdeen games more. So
yeah. I think Celtic have a good chance of going through. I mean, the fact they're going to be at home for both games, at least, if they get through, they've got a good chance of going through. I mean, I would expect Celtic to go through to the group stage anyway, because they've got a good enough team, I think, to...
They've got one. I think they've got, out of the rounds now, they've got one of the best teams. Well, I think they should have probably gotten through against Copenhagen last season.
Yeah, I was disappointed in that.
Celtic had the harder draw.
It's pretty obvious that Celtic should obviously get through, but I think referring to because I was watching your stream earlier and you said because it's like a one-legged tie this year, it's kind of changed. So
yeah,
that expectation is still there for Celtic, but obviously, it's a different format, so it's not as convincing as we'll do the one leg and then we'll try and get as much as we can for the second leg. It's just got to be done straight away. So whether or not that can change the sort of thing of the game, I don't know. But then, as they get further on, I think they will obviously get through the first couple of rounds. But you just don't know how it's going to sort of impact them. It could be the same for Aberdeen, Motherwell as well, depending, because it's only one fixture.
That's why
rather than the two legs. So
that's why I'm so happy we're playing at home first, because usually last season it was away and then home, apart from the time we went out. But what we usually try to do is, like, in the first leg, just get a goal and then sit back and then take it to Pittodrie. Now we can't do that. We just got to start at Pittodrie, then no mucking about, just get the goals. And I don't know, the away goal rules probably, I don't think that'll be in place now, because it's a bit unfair.
It's just going to be like your average cup knockout game.
Yeah.
But what is going to be annoying is teams will sit in and just wait for their chance.
Yeah. So no, I think that's especially what we'll do. Maybe I think it depends how we line up, because last season against Shakura and when we played that home, we were firing. Like, I think it was probably because we tested like some atmosphere section as well. That might have helped, but no, we were firing. We scored like 5 or something, and we were playing ace. So it depends how we line up.
And yes, I do believe that there will be 2 Champions League spots for Scotland this season, and an extra opportunity for another club, because next season is where the European Conference League will be coming into play.
I do think that's a good thing how we've got the second place again in the Champions League. Like,
fantastic.
Because I think after, like, especially watching Rangers in Europe, I think they've done really well. But I think they can actually, go for it in the Champions League as well. Like, because they've got a decent enough team to be there. Like, you do see that in the Europa League, but I don't know what gets to them in the Premiership, how they get to a point and just go downhill after that. But
I think complacency is a big thing at Rangers. That's their problem.
But
because they always do start so well, but they always tail off after Christmas.
It's always
the winter break that always gets them. But I do believe they would give the Champions League a really good go. So they've certainly got that in them.
Massive thanks to Josh for the 79p donation. I'll happily put that towards my Kilimanjaro fund for next year. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
I think they would hold their own in the Champions League, just based off of how well they've done in Europe this season. But
especially the league group.
They came up against good teams as well in the group stage.
Yeah, they have. Especially this year. I can't remember who was in the year before, but definitely the group with Porto and Feyenoord and Young Boys, I think it was.
I thought they
played really well. So
that one, but no, they did do all right. As reluctant I have to say it. And then they came up against a good Bayer Leverkusen team in the knockout. So
yeah, absolutely. There we go.
Do you reckon Motherwell might do good? I
don't want to jinx anything, but I have said I think we'll get as far as the second qualifying round. End up getting beat by a team from the Czech Republic or something like that. But it all depends on the luck of the draw, because I don't know if we're going to be seeded or not for sure in the next round. I have been told that we will be seeded. So if we are seeded, then there's obviously more scope for us going through. But it'll be the third qualifying round is the maximum where we get, I think, because we'll get a bigger team, and that's where we'll tail off.
Yeah, it is very dependent, because if you look back at that in recent years, like, for example, a few years ago, Hibs were in Europe and they played Molde, and they were a decent team. We beat Celtic a couple of years before that, or you could go to Aberdeen as well, and they played Maribor and Real Sociedad over the years. But when you do come up against a team like that, it is more than likely you will go out. But I mean, it is the way the sort of progression goes. The more you get up, the more difficult it's going to be. So, you still got to sort of fancy chances. So,
yeah, I think Aberdeen, we've always just fallen short over a few years. I think there was like 1 year, I think it was 2015-16, where we were like a one game away from getting to like the group stage, and then we bottled it in that leg, and we had a good like comfortable lead on aggregate, and then just choked it and then went out. So I think that might be. I don't know if it's a recurrent theme with Aberdeen and McInnes just choking it when it matters, but no, it'll be interesting to see how Scottish teams do this year, especially now the 2 places for the Champions League coming in.
Yeah, quite. Because the one time we've had a chance to get to the groups, we were 1 round away. We played Odense, and we lost. Tom Haitley scored a free kick in Denmark in the last minute to make it 2-1 and pull it back, and we got the away goal that we needed. And then we needed to just win 1-0 at home, and we had so many chances. Then Odense scored after about 20 minutes from a corner. It was a terrible goal to concede. And then we hit the post, we hit the bar. Jamie Murphy missed a penalty in the 87th minute. There were so many chances that we should have scored, and it was just a shame that we couldn't go and beat them, because we had enough chances to win a whole European competition in that one game alone. And Odense just sat firm, and they had 2 men sent off late on.
I think,
So,
well...
We did everything but score.
I think Scottish teams are kind of now, especially. I think you could look at the old firm and say maybe it's just them, but getting more of a grasp on Europe.
Yeah, that's our problem, because it's all very well good saying how good their Scottish League is compared to what people believe, and then when it comes to the actual European stage, you've got Kilmarnock getting put out by Connah's Key Nomads.
Yeah, I know.
But it's not even just, like the Kilmarnock going out. I think over the certainly since Rangers have not been in the Premier League, it's always been St Johnstone, Inverness, all these sort of teams that have gone into Europe. And I think the nature of size of these clubs, they're never going to get as far as, like, say, Hibs, Aberdeen should be doing. So I think that sort of had an impact over the years. But I do believe that Scottish football's kind of on the up, because like you're seeing teams like Aberdeen and Motherwell, and possibly this season the way Hibs have started, I think the race for Europe has become certainly more interesting again, with all the bigger clubs going for it. So
absolutely. But 2 minutes until the live stream of the SPFL shows.
For me.
Yeah, very
refreshing. 681 watching that. Get a few towers.
Yeah. So Jamie, who are you hoping for in the BetFred?
I'm not too sure, because we've kind of played. Obviously, we've played most of them, but there's a few good away days in there. I think I would like Stirling Albion again. I really liked it when we went there. Cowdenbeath. I always like going to Cowdenbeath. I don't know why. It's an unpopular opinion, but there you go. And it's quite strange, because normally we're a Premiership seed team, but it's different now, obviously, because we're in the Championship. But it's going to be interesting to see who we get from the top seed clubs. I just hope it's not Ross County, because most of the games are on a Tuesday night, so I don't really fancy getting them. But we shall see.
I'm just looking forward to these sort of games being back.
Because for Europe as well.
In terms of betting. Kidding on. You mind that last year, Jamie? Or was it the year before? I was like 1 game away from winning a grand, and Basel let me down because I'd bet on all these BetFred Cup games, and and then Basel let me down. They drew and conceded late on, and
I mind that.
Story of Gogsy's bets. It's always the obvious ones, like Kevin De Bruyne shot on target, like that's always a certain.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Do you even have a shot? I don't think he did. And
Well,
it's on.
on the YouTube channel of the SPFL. Oh, Alan Stubbs.
Or you can watch it here. Oh, Blair.
Massive
Here, Blair.
thanks to Players Jers, $2.99 into the super chat. No, I did not watch either of the games yesterday. Well, I watched a wee bit of the Celtic game. I got bored and just turned off.
Stubbsy. Alan Stubbs.
What are your memories of
Doing
those
the
Cup
draw.
wins with Celtic?
Well, I think obviously it was.
Blair's Jers is putting a mortgage down on Gogsy's stream.
I know, it's absolutely fantastic.
A long time ago, it's all.
We do encourage it.
Yeah, we do. It's all going to charity anyway.
It is.
Great that we've, that you look back and you see your name on the trophy, but the special occasions, a great chance to get some silverware in the cabinet early on in the season.
You were also here as a manager. Unfortunately, you didn't get your hands on the trophy that season. But what sort of an opportunity does the BetFred Cup and a BetFred Cup run present to a manager?
Well, I think for the manager, it's always.
I wish they'd just get to the draw. Don't hear them waffling on about whatever.
To a final. So from a personal point of view, it's that's something that lives with you for a long time. But for the players, it's when you get to any cup final, it's something that never leaves and never forget about as long as you win.
Well, before we get to the draw, Alan, thank you very much for now. Let me just remind you how this is going to work. We have 40 clubs participating in the group stage of the BetFred Cup. 38 of the SPFL clubs not involved in European competition, and we also have the Highland League champions Brora Rangers and the Lowland League champions Celtic Hearts. The group stages will involve 8 groups of 5 teams, and they'll play in a round-robin format. And the 8 group
I'm sure I picture that trophy with all red ribbon.
The last 16, where they'll be joined by the
I prefer Clark Amber, mate.
and Aberdeen. Now, in both the north and the south halves of the draw,
Don't like how
there
it's
are 4 first
blue
seeds,
and red
4
already.
second seeds, and 12 unseeded teams. The north section.
It looks as if Inverness Cali Thistles won it.
Worth noting as well that the first club drawn out of each pot will go into Group A, the second into Group B, the third into Group C.
Alright, just get to the chase.
In the north section, and the same with the 12 unseeded teams, and exactly the same process.
This is the worst part of any cup draw. Like,
I know, it's like.
what's actually going to go through. Yes, we know. Just tell us who's playing who.
We all tune in to see what's happening on social media and all that, I should say. First seeds.
It's the only time you'll ever see St Johnson as the first seed.
Ross County and
Dundee United.
Oh, imagine Celtic away. That would be funny.
It's a shame you can't get Dundee United.
Nah, but-
Monaco Rangers. I'm representing Cove Rangers for today's stream. For now.
We normally get in a group with Peterhead, right? That's so annoying because they always do well against us.
I'm on a blue team.
You will
I
get
know that.
Peterhead.
My mate's the grandson of the owner.
Ah.
Came to PE in a Peterhead away top. Some pink one. It was actually quite nice.
Number 4.
Oh, he's holding it.
Number
So
4, that is Heart of Midlothian.
Hearts.
They go straight into Group A.
Number 2.
Number 2, that is Hibernian.
Ooh.
Of course, go straight into Group B.
St Johnson into Group C.
Number 1, that is St Johnston.
Forgot who
Number
knows.
Here we go.
And number
Ross County.
3, that is Ross County, who of course will go into Group D. If I could ask you to put the second seats, please, Alan.
Alright, Alan.
Go Inverness.
The way he placed those balls down looked dodgy.
Oh, no, that was just so sexual.
Number 6.
So there we have number 6.
Also, they're only doing it
Also,
that
what-
way.
ICT.
Because, I mean, before they just
No,
went,
we're in a group with Hibs. That's all right. I'll take that.
7.
oh, Dundee and Hibs.
They were the first club to win this competition 2 years in a row.
Dundee United v St Johnstone.
I think Hibs have a good chance of going far.
Hibs will stuff that group.
Number 5, that is Dundee United.
Ross County and
Oh, Dundee United and Johnson.
Oh, pay side.
Number 8.
Number 8.
That
Bro.
is Arbroath, as you can see, go into
Group D looks
Ross
kind
County
of-
are thumping that group as well.
Group D's are shaping up to be quite a dead group.
Yeah.
For this northern section.
Group C's looking alright. So's Group B. Parcel.
Cowdenbeath with Inverness and Hearts.
Hey.
Number 16.
So number 16, that is Cowdenbeath.
Nice, we'll take that.
Cowdenbeath in with Hearts and Inverness. Oh, and we have our 4th horseman of the show.
Hello.
Welcome, Jamie Forrester, my
Alright.
fellow university graduate.
I know. Strange to say.
Number 12.
Oh,
That is.
So we've got Forfar in our group as well. That's all right. Take that.
at least you don't have Peter Head this time, mate.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's
Ross-
stupid
Ross
that
County are
some of the
good.
5 teams are in one section and some are in the other. It makes no
Oh,
sense.
no, it's really strange.
Like, surely you would want like Dunfermline Rovers or Dunfermline Cowdenbeath or Cowdenbeath
Raith
East
Rovers are in with Hearts.
Number 9, Raith Rovers.
Cowdenbeath
are
Raith
Dunfermline
Rovers.
in the next section?
Oh, nice. We've got Brora as well. That's decent.
Yeah, we come into the south section because of the Dundee clubs.
Number
Ah.
18, Aura.
Peter had to put blue tune up
Oh,
in the-
Jamie, you got Brora.
Yeah.
All right, we must specify there's 2 Jamies in the chat now.
City, that is. City in the group.
So I'll address you by your second names. So Forrester meet Kobe, Kobe meet Forrester.
Alright.
And number
Uh,
7, Sterling.
This
Allen.
Jamie's a Dunfermline fan, so
So they've got Cowdenbeath, Raith Rovers, and East Fife in one group.
I'm sorry, but look how like
That is-
dead
that's
Group D is.
class.
Look how Group D. Look how dead that is.
Oh, we've got Cove again. Oh.
Stirling, Albion, Elgin City, Arbroath, and Ross County. Jesus.
Arbroath will win that group.
You think?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ross County have had a solid start, like.
20.
Oh, come on, the Kelty. I want to see them do well.
Cove Rangers Group B. Come on. I might get a little thing.
That's an interesting group, actually. I'm quite pleased with that.
Group A actually looks to be a very good group.
It
Hearts,
is.
Inverness, Cowdenbeath, East Fife, and Raith Rovers. All 3 of the 5 teams that were in the north section, all in the same group.
I bring it on.
Here we go now. This is where it gets important.
Yeah, this is a big section.
Yeah.
The south section of this draw has got some decent teams in it. Like, you'll get some good groups there.
I'd quite like Kelly for a Kelly pie.
Second seats. Athletic, Morton, and
When even is this group stage? It's like October, isn't it?
6th of
Aye.
October or something.
Yeah.
Well, you should get back for that maybe.
Aye.
Hopefully,
Give us
Ah.
Kelly and Falkirk. Definitely. I want them. I want
You'll
that
surely
derby.
want Stranraer as well.
Mm.
Not
I'd love to go
after
to
last
the
season
pub.
because Stranraer beat Dunfermline
Stranraer
1-0.
football bar.
Pressure Aberdeen getting back at the stadiums has been pushed back a lot. But
Involved in a great team, big characters in that team as well. And
just get to the draw. This is I hate this part.
Former side Rangers missed out on the trophy but got to the final last year. But what do you make of Stephen Gerrard's side this season?
Nobody cares. They're
Aye,
not
aye,
even in it.
Who cares?
Rangers aren't even in it. Why would we?
Like, that's the, oh yeah. Why are they talking about them and not even?
Optimistic that they can do well.
Who even is that?
So we can now commence
No
with
idea.
March
He looks a bit like that Alex Dyer, though, eh?
He does a wee bit.
The Kelly manager.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, yes. The way they're placing them in. Oh.
Come on out, first out.
That's a group I want to be in then.
Mark, they go
Yeah, Group E. 24.
I don't want Hamilton. Hamilton will be naff.
Yeah, they'll get Airdrie. Watch this. Hamilton always get Airdrie in the group.
Called it.
I wouldn't mind away days to St Mirren or Livy, but no Hamilton.
You played St Mirren last season.
21.
I beat them.
That is
Aye.
that concludes the proceeds from the South.
Here we
I don't
go.
want
Dunfermline.
Good call, Jamie.
Come on.
either. Brilliant. It's the battle of the Brady against the steak pie.
Yeah. Friday always wins, though.
What a
Oh,
shout.
no.
Oh, look, Hamilton here.
Oh, St Mirren against Morton.
You're ahead of everyone.
St Mirren,
Aye.
Morton.
Ramis, you're ahead of everyone.
I know.
Is Morton into Group G along with St Mirren.
And then Alloa with Livy.
And number 20.
Mind you, our fixtures and Alloa's fixtures might have to be sorted so that they're not on the same nights, because we're in an agreement where if you can't play at either ground, we'll ground share and putting together resources and stuff between the two clubs for training and COVID defence and stuff. So here we got
Yeah.
Clyde.
Jamie,
Yeah.
at the Grafters just commented on the SPFL stream.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Monopars.
Those
Oh, Stranraer's in Group F. I'm gutted.
1885 Ben, he's commented on the stream as well.
And number 29.
Number 29.
What, this one?
Queen of the South.
He's number 39. Stenhouse Muir.
Number 30.
Come on, who we got? Who's 33? Falkirk.
We played Stenning last season.
Oh,
That's
Dumbarton.
That was the most boring.
Away day.
That was the most boring game I've ever seen. Stenhouse Muir versus Aberdeen. They took us to 2 legs.
Number 40.
Took us to a replay.
Albion Rovers.
Oof.
Partick Thistle with St Mirren, Morton and Queen of the South.
That's a good group.
That's a
Thistle and Partick Thistle going to Group G.
Adrionians in with Livy, Alloa and Stenny. Here we go. 31 is this Falkirk. B Falkirk.
H.
And number 31.
Number 31.
Yes!
That's Fairmont. E.
Brilliant.
I want to go to
Come
That's a
on.
decent group.
You just called your whole group.
That's a belter of a group.
It's really
That's
good
Clyde as
ones
brilliant.
well.
this
Have a bit
year.
of needle with Falkirk.
36.
I got the 2 teams that I wanted. Kelly and Falkirk.
Ah, superb.
Does conclude the draw for the group stage. Thank you very much, Mark. That's the south section completed by Mark and the north section by Alan.
Good few groups there.
Thank you very much for that. The first ties will be played on
So we'll be away to Kelly,
October.
and I think away to Dumbarton, home to Falkirk and Clyde, I think.
Yeah, I think that's how they work it. Because the top seed usually plays 3rd and 5th away and 2nd and 4th at home. So then they sort of rotate it round.
Aye, we'll be playing Hibs away, and I think it'll be Broda away as well. So
Yeah, is it top and bottom that you play away? Or is it top and second bottom that you play away? As the second seed? Because I know that we'll definitely be away to Kelly. Because they're the
I'm not
top
sure
seed.
how the rest of it works, but I always know that in the Premier League against the second seed, that'll be the Premiership team will be at home, or the top seed will be at home. So
I'll go have a wee look, see if anyone's got it.
Few good draws there.
Aye, some decent draws.
Cove Rangers got a decent group. Might look to, or even Peterhead might get in contact with my mate to try get into that one.
We'll be playing at Kilmarnock, who have an artificial park. Clyde have an artificial park, and so do Falkirk.
Jesus.
It's a good job that we're going to be training on an artificial park at Alloa from now on.
Oh, absolutely shambolic.
Gogsy, when you type in, if you type in BetFred Cup draw, your 2019 reactions coming up ahead of, no, just below the BetFred Cup one from last year for me now.
Brilliant.
How do you feel about not having your team in this competition now?
I'm a bit more relaxed. I'm a lot more relaxed because I always look forward to this day in the calendar because like I love the group stage of going. Like I like going to all these places that we wouldn't ever usually get the chance to. But I'm quite happy to just sit back, relax, see what other games that are available. And if we're allowed to go into the grounds, then I'm happy to maybe go to a couple of the neutral games and see. Hopefully, if Falkirk Dunfermline's maybe on a midweek night, and I'll maybe try and get to go to that.
Dunfermline and Falkirk's a good fixture, but I've actually seen that game before. It's a decent fixture.
Yeah, there's definitely no love loss. 1885, Ben never been to Kelly.
Kelly's great, man.
Yeah, Kelly Python. Brilliant. That's superb.
You fancy your chances this season, Jamie?
I do. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I think Hearts will be undoubtedly the favourites, as they should be. But with the signings that we've made so far, I mean, I don't see why we can't. Paul Watson was brilliant for Dundee United last season. Stephen Whittaker, ex-Scotland, played in the Premiership, brilliant experience. Owen Vaughan-Williams came in, loved his time at us at the end of last season. Obviously, it was cut short. He's now in permanently also in as a coach. Then we've added Declan McManus back to the ranks, who everyone at Dunfermline loves. Even if we won't forgive him for that miss against Dundee United that could have took us through, but still. And Kevin O'Hara. Okay, Kevin O'Hara wasn't always great with us with the whole Dean Shields incident and stuff, but look, he dropped down to part-time football. He buckled down. He scored, I think, 14 goals last season. He was the next best goal scorer behind Lauren Shankland and Kevin Nisbet. So, yeah, he's in on a 3-year deal. I don't see why we can't do it. And then, of course, the star man playing on the right. His name is Dom Thomas, and he's fucking dynamite. We love him.
DT.
Sir Dom back at the club. That's an amazing signing for us. I was shocked that a team in the Premiership, to be honest, where you didn't try and snap him up because he was absolutely electric at us towards the end of last season. I think when Greg Kiltie left, we all thought, oh, great, how's it going to go? But Dom came in and he was just absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, I do. Obviously, losing big Kevin Nisbet's always going to be a loss when he scores so many goals. But at the end of the day, he was always going to move on. Look at what he did at the weekend there for Hibs. I'm sure he'll get sold on very shortly and we'll keep making money off him throughout that. And yeah, I think the future's bright at Dunfermline if we can keep developing players along the same way that we've developed Kevin Nisbet. So yeah, I'm pretty confident.
Looking at him over his last 2 games for Hibs, I'm surprised he didn't get more. He's looking to be a steal for them.
So the talk was that we had the upfront fee, but there's also certain bonuses depending on how many goals he scores. If he gets a Scotland cap, we're making more money. And then we've got a 30% sell-on fee, which could be massive. Yeah,
that's huge.
That's the big bit for us. I think that's why
if he has a good season and another consistent season on top of that, he'll go down south probably for a lot of money, or even the Old Firm might try to snap him up.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me if come January there's teams looking at him. I know that I had heard that there was something like 20 different football clubs throughout the UK had been looking at him last season, had sent scouts to come and watch him. So they'll still be keeping an eye on him, all those teams. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. And I hope he does do well and I hope he does move on, not just for the money for the club, but he's a fantastic football player. And for anyone out there who thinks Lauren Shankland is brilliant and he's the next thing in Scottish football, I would say watch out for Nizzy because he's a much better all-round football player, in my opinion, as good as Lauren Shankland is.
Aye, and this bit was good last season for Dunfermline, but I think why Dunfermline were kind of like where did they come last season? Was it 5th or 6th?
I think we ended up being 6th because of the stupid points per game placing at the end.
Yeah. I think you relied on him too much. Yes, he was getting goals and he is a really good player, but I think with Dunfermline, I think they were very sort of too inconsistent. But whether that's going to carry on next season, nobody knows.
Lose 5 in the trot and then win 5 in the trot.
Yeah. You kind of never really. There would be times where you think Dunfermline they'll definitely sort of be in and around the playoffs, but really, I think certainly last season, I think they should have aimed higher. But I think they'll look at that this season because I do believe they are a decent team.
I think
in the Championship.
I think with us last season, we had a lot of individual errors and mistakes. We started the season with Ryan Scully. He was, to put it blunt, he was absolutely shocking. He was dreadful for us. And then he sort of went, and Cammy Gill came in and did well. And then we got Owen Fawn Williams, and that position seemed fixed. But then, no disrespect to the boys, but when you've got Lee Ashcroft and Danny Devine as your 2 centre halves, you're in trouble.
Oh, we've just signed Lee Ashcroft, so
now Lee is a brilliant player, right? But I feel like he needs somebody, a centre half who's quick to make up for that, because he isn't the quickest centre half. And quite often, what I would find with Ashcroft is the ball would bounce, and that was it. He was totally lost. And I think most of that was probably down to having Danny Devine playing next to him, to be perfectly honest with you, who was absolutely terrible. He wouldn't have been playing if Ewan Murray had been fit or if Lewis Martin had been fitter. But I think Paul Watson's an upgrade on both of them. I think Ewan Murray's a massive upgrade on both of them as well. So I think defensively we'll be better. We're good at the full-back areas. I think we didn't really have the legs in the centre of the park with Paul Payton. Joe Thompson never really hit the ground running after his bad injury the season before. So I think we've got in players who'll be more consistent moving forward. Whether it means we're better or not, I honestly don't know. But I think it's going to be an interesting season, and I would like to think that there's a good chance that we might just pick parts, especially with it only being 27 games. That's massive.
Fantastic. Yeah. So they were going to go and summarise what we've all covered in the stream. We've done the 3 cup draws from today. So we've had a lot to cover in the 2.5 hours we've almost been on for.
Yes.
So the live stream summarised. First of all, we're going to take a look back to Celtic, who they got. If they beat KR Reykjavik in the Champions League, they'll be playing either Ferencvárosi, the Hungarian champions, or Djurgårdens IF of Sweden. Now, that will be a very interesting tie indeed. What are our thoughts on that, Trips?
I think Celtic should look to be coming through both of those ties fairly comfortably. Okay, they slipped up at the weekend against Kilmarnock, but that's never an easy away day for any team. Unless you're Connors Key, then it's easy. I would say Celtic should expect to wipe the floor with a team like Reykjavik. As good as they are, on the grand scheme of things, Celtic are superior right across the board. And I think when you've got Odsonne Edouard, if he's still there, they should be winning against both of these teams with a striker of his calibre. I think they'll breeze through both of these rounds. I think their difficulty will come when the quote-unquote big teams come in and is at the 4th qualifying stage. I think Celtic will get through the first 3 comfortably after this, and it'll be the 4th where they maybe stumble or struggle.
Quite right, because they always coast through the first 3 rounds, and then you've always got that wee challenging team that's probably from like the top 20 of the coefficients. That's always the hardest game in qualifying, and then of course the the group stage should they get through. But I do think that Celtic will get through to at least the Europa League knockouts should they get knocked out of the Champions League.
Well, last time it was Cluj, wasn't it, that knocked them out?
Yeah.
So.
And then they knocked Cluj out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange because you can play a team in the Champions League qualifiers and then get them again in the Europa League if you both get knocked out of the Champions League. It's absolutely strange.
The Europa League just seems totally futile because of that. Like, you're not good enough to be in the big boys competition, but you can breeze through into the last 16 of the smaller competition. I think once you're out, you should just be out. That's it.
Well,
give
look at
smaller teams a chance.
Look at Sevilla. It's always looked at Unai Emery. He's won. What was it? He won like 3 on the bounce. But that's because he got knocked out of the Champions League each year, and then went down to that to do it. So there's 2 ways of looking at it.
I'm not a big fan of the coming down. Imagine if you finished second bottom in any other league, because effectively that's what it is. If you get knocked out and you finish third in the Champions League, and you're getting rewarded for that, for being the second worst team, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. But I suppose it's all about money.
Yeah, a nice little cushion for the big boys that get knocked down.
Imagine if you're like a win away from getting through in the group stage of the Champions League, and you know you're never going to get any further than the first knockout round, and you think, well, there's actually more money in actually us trying to go and win the Europa League than getting knocked out of the first qualifying round of the Champions League when you get picked up against Barcelona. So then you get like the second best team in the Czech Republic. I mean, it's just, Arsenal could have easily won the Europa League, in my opinion, at some stage as well recently. And Arsenal had always been in the Champions League and up until that point. So it's always a really strange mistress, isn't it? This sort of
what's gonna happen with the new Conference League?
Exactly.
Is there gonna be teams dropping down to that?
Don't even get me started on that. That is the biggest farce ever. Like, it is the most pointless thing ever. I would rather not be in Europe than play in a third tier European competition.
I think it definitely benefits some of the smaller teams in Scotland in terms of, but then it takes away the, like, in a sense, like, you Motherwell fans like Gogsy are all buzzing to get in Europe, and would you really be as buzzing to get in the Conference League? But I understand why it's a thing.
But for saying sake, it's going to make it so that 5 out of the 12 teams in Scottish football are going to qualify for European competitions. That's garbage. That's garbage. You finish in the top 6 and you're pretty much guaranteed a European play. Like, I don't understand why we need another European competition.
Money.
Yeah.
I fear it's slowly leading to this new Super League thing that UEFA are trying to get across, which is slightly disheartening because I don't think any of our teams here will be in it. So
don't get me wrong, like I'm more than happy to go to Moldova or Malta or San Marino to see Motherwell play a game there, and that's all well and dandy. It's actually something different. It's something out of the ordinary. But I do see where you're coming from in the fact that it is a bit much. It's just another reason for UEFA to get the checkbook out, and it's just more and more money for the bigwigs, and you'll still get a team like Valencia ending up winning that competition.
Yeah.
Ramage, do you have anything to add on that point before we move on?
Pretty much what you've all said. So.
And then we're going to move on now to the Europa League. In Group 4, the 3 seeded teams were Rosenborg, Aberdeen, and Motherwell. However, how are we thinking on our draws, Kobe?
Well, I don't know as much as you on them other teams. I'm kind of happy that we got Barrytown because, I think they kind of play more similar to what we'd play rather than a foreign team that we don't know nothing about that might come with some mad playing style. So I'm kind of more happy about that. I think we both have enough power to get through and more the players to get through to the next round. But it's just a case of do we choke it because it's only the one leg. So it'll be interesting to see. But I do think we will get through.
For the neutrals in the chat, how are we feeling about the Scottish representation so far in terms of draws?
Well, I think Aberdeen and Motherwell, I think they're decent ties, especially with Aberdeen having the potential of playing Barrytown and Motherwell playing Glentoran. Just like what Kobe was saying, I think these sort of teams it's like a really nice tie for you to sort of maybe really like push forward. So I think you will do all right, but it's just a case of whether depends on how far you get. Obviously, if they're nice enough ties for you to sort of progress, and then when it does come to a stage, you may sort of
choke.
You will need to step up as you get forward, but I do believe that they are decent enough for you to sort of build upon. And with it being like, as I was saying earlier, with it being like a one-legged fixture, I think that will obviously change it, but I think it's still quite good how both of you have home advantage over these teams as well, is basically what I'm trying to say. But I think the home advantage will certainly play in your favour. So,
a question: is this the Europa League or the Tunnocks Caramel Wafer Cup draw? Because Aberdeen, Barrytown, Motherwell, Glentoran. I mean, I honestly, to be honest, we haven't paid much attention to anything to do with the Europa League. So it's one-legged ties this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's one-legged ties up till the playoff.
Right. Okay. I mean,
and
the way that Motherwell have started the season, they're going to have to pick up form. They're going to have to sort a few problems out. I watched these against Ross County, and it wasn't the best. It was a very good penalty miss, though. By the way, I rated that. But I think you have hit the ground running slow. I feel like right back you are very susceptible right now. I feel like that's an area you really need to sort out.
Donald to sign for us.
Yeah, but again, I would say that because I know very little about the two foreign teams, Runovic and who is the one that you've got, Havnar, Bottle Tosh. It just sounds like somebody's thrown a load of syllables at a wall and came up with a name. You should have a good chance. It would be interesting to see Aberdeen against Barry and Motherwell against Glentoran, though. I think that would be quite nice. But I'm sure if you are allowed in stadiums, you would much rather go further afield than to Wales and Ireland. So yeah, it's that whole thing of Burnley fans waited 60 odd years and then got Aberdeen. Like it's I suppose you would want to go a little bit further afield and progress and be able to move on further afield. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially how Aberdeen bounce back from this whole COVID thing and the way that the dressing room reacts, and then how Motherwell bounce back from a very disappointing start moving forward into the competition. But I do think Scottish football is underrated in terms of on a European stage, and I do think Aberdeen and Motherwell are better. But then again, I did think Rangers were better than Progress. So what do I know?
No, I do I do agree with that actually, because I think over the years, certain, like as I was saying earlier, like since Rangers weren't in the league, it's always been sort of Inverness and Johnson all these sort of teams representing Scotland in Europe, and it's like, that really sort of puts it in a bad name because it's these small clubs that are going into it and getting beat off somebody from San Marino or somewhere, and it's not right. It should really be Motherwell and Aberdeen and Rangers sort of going in Europe for Scottish football's sake, because at least the structure of these clubs, I mean, it's a much bigger name. So
yeah, see where you're coming from. And the final topic that we covered today was, of course, the BetFred Cup group stage, which we've only just really sort of wrapped up. So, are you both happy with your respective draws?
Yeah,
Delighted.
yeah, I think it's a decent draw, but I'm not sure how the fixtures will sort of pan out. That's a bit of a disadvantage. But I think in cup football, I always like getting the easier tie because it obviously means a better chance of sort of progression. So yeah, in that respect, I'm pretty happy with it because I do believe it will be Hibs and Dundee that should qualify. But whether fans can get to games or not, that's a slight disadvantage. But that's kind of not the important thing. I think getting on a wee run is always a good thing. So yeah, in that respect, I'll take that group.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get a local derby, well, not so local derby, it's always good. I got Kelly away that I wanted.
Oh, Jamie has vanished. There we go. He's back. We'll let Jamie finish off and then we'll finish the stream. Welcome back. What happened? Did you press the wrong button or something?
No, I got like a notification on my Mac and then it just booted me out, so I had to quickly jump back in. Yeah, delighted. We've got Falkirk, who are no mugs. Kelly away. If we get there, it'll be great. I love a Kelly pie, and it's always a fun away day. Clyde, we've had them a few times over the years, and I think Dumbarton was the final club. So Dumbarton, I'm not too arsed about, to be honest. I think it's, to be perfectly honest with you, a bit of a crappy away day. It's not a fun one, but
it's boring, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
we played
fair play to the young Dumbarton fans, though. They do make some good noise up there. But around the ground, there's not that much. It's not the best. Yeah, I hope we've got Falkirk at home, Kelly away, and then Clyde and Dumbarton can sort themselves out. But I do think from our group it'll be us and Kelly that progress. But I do think Falkirk might be quite difficult. They've signed players like Aidan Keena, who was at us. I was shocked he went down there. I thought he could have went to a quote unquote bigger club or a team in a better division. But I think it'll be interesting, and I think I'm going to go out on a limb here. I think we'll pip Kilmarnock like we have done with Dundee, Hearts in recent years, and St Mirren as well. I believe we pipped them. So yeah. I'm gonna go out on hedge my bets that we're going to come top of that group again.
Fantastic.
We'll continue our BetFred Cup form.
I will after this. I'm on the Peterhead on to get into the St Johnstone or Hibs game or whoever it is they've got. So
that'll be decent actually.
Or Cove Rangers might try wiggle my way into.
That's a local derby, isn't it?
Peterhead, Cove Rangers. Yeah, I think. Well, I don't know if it's. Yeah, it could be. It could be.
It's the Rory McAllister derby.
Quite right. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming in. We had a peak of about 120 viewers at one stage. That was a fantastic stream yet again. Really enjoyed everyone who came on. Thank you very much. The two Jamies, Kobe, Rudy, who's just commented as well. He was on earlier for the Motherwell representation as well. And we'll see you again very soon for Premier View, which will be tonight. We'll be reviewing all the Scottish action from the weekend and hopefully not glossing too much over the Motherwell defeat. And we'll see you very soon. Take care.
Right.
This is it.
Right.
Because always fantastic. Yeah.